All right, we are live, and I don't even have my chat open. What an idiot! There we go.
Oh, way to go, Chris.
All right, here we are for a happy hour. There's not many in here. We got eight in here, and I see you made it, Hugh. Hugh, you finally made one.
That's awesome.
Hi, Josh, at work, but everything is sorted, so I'm here. Good. So he's locked up in the stock room and joining us on this live show.
Hugh, I forgot my umbrella for my drink. My 2 umbrellas.
Oh, that's right. He did say that.
He did. He probably puts umbrellas in his drinks.
Well, just starting out here, I think we all should just raise our glass and give a big cheers to Hugh, because Hugh is in the healthcare and he's probably having one heck of a time. So bless you for the work you do there, buddy, and cheers.
Cheers, Hugh. To you, buddy.
Yeah, let's hold on. No, this way.
Oh yeah, we got.
Oh, we got a clink. There
you gotta go left and right. Ding. You're an amateur.
Yeah.
I already screwed it up. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Always just do the opposite of what you would normally do. Like normally I want to go that way, but just do the opposite. Because you'll see that you do that in your YouTube videos too. Like if you ever say, "Oh well, look behind, oops, over here."
Other way. Do it all the time.
Right, so
got a lot of people in the chat now.
Yeah, we have
23
Josh. We actually have Josh from Parks and Tech in the chat.
Really?
That's a first.
Let me block them. And then we have Hugh, and then I'm gonna say La Hugh Stefan. Would that be how you say that, or is that just too? Am I saying it too fancy? And Chad B in the house, and Chuck. That is our Chuck, right? Isn't it?
Chuck. I don't know who Chuck is.
He's always in on the chats, and I just assume that's our Chuck from Facebook. And then we have, there he is. There we have huge ass in here tonight. I really want to know who that is. He pops up in comments from time to time on my channel, and I love that name. Like, good commenter and everything, never disrespectful at all. But like one time he commented like one of his last comments, and I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm cracking up at the name still.
That is our Chuck.
Okay.
Clutch.
That is
Clutch.
okay.
Chuck is Clutch. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so huge asses in here, and we have Hugh from Drone Addiction and Floyd Vincent back with us. Thanks, Floyd, and JC Flying, and I scrolled too fast, and Kitu Lee, Guido. I'm not going to try that name. Matt Cundiff, and Little Mountain Life's in here.
All right.
And RJ, I don't remember seeing RJ much in the chat before. I would say that's probably a fairly new one. And 4Rotor.
I agree.
So
Did you mention Brian's in here too? True Drone Reviews.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me turn my volume up here a little bit. Old man deaf today. Okay. So, again, kind of an open format. This is just one of those, here we are at home, some people on quarantine, no matter what. Even if you are going out and about from time to time, you're still not doing the normal things that you would be doing. And some of you have nice weather. Today I had freaking snow. But there have been some nice days where you go a little bit stir crazy. And so a lot of people have been doing these happy hours. This was Chad's idea to do this tonight. Last week, his wife was doing a happy hour. And when we were done with the show talking, he said, "Well, we should do a happy hour." So here we are doing our happy hour. And I never saw one happy hour until after you mentioned it. And then I see every celebrity, everybody is doing happy hours, cocktail hours, whatever.
Gotta be in the know.
I'm getting a little sick and tired of seeing all these stars and stuff at their home, though. At their home, some of them are really good and funny, like the late night shows and stuff like that. In their robes and trying to look like they're just in the comfort of their own home.
Some of these people with just seeing the huge mansions and all the stuff that they have, it's just like,
that's what I don't like. Yeah, that's what I don't like. It's like, come on, slum it up a little bit for us normal people.
Yeah, like go to one of your closets, because your closet's probably as big as my entire house. So
yeah. Renee, I saw your message to me earlier. I saw you've got your drink in hand. Cheers to you. And HDI 4 EVA. I don't know what that means. It's like a radio handle.
Yeah, he's from Germany.
Okay. Nice.
So he's yeah.
I know I've seen him a lot in the past. I don't know what that means. And I'm still curious. I have to know before the night's over. Huge ass. Do I know you in Facebook under a real name? Like, have we spoken in Facebook? Do I know you other than huge ass? Only drinking flavored water tonight, so that's okay. That's okay. Nobody has to drink alcohol. We're not going to put any peer pressure on you, but
doesn't have to be.
Brandy tastes good.
I like Daryl P's comment there. The beard patrol.
Yeah, we're all doing the beards.
Yeah,
and this is this is long for me. A long period. Like normally, you start getting signs of warm weather. It's gone, but just in case we run short on razors, I'm going to.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier, a lot faster. Real name is Chris. Okay.
Chris, yeah.
Huge ass's real name is Chris. So, but do I know you on Facebook? Like, are you in my group under Chris? This is the hard part about like having all these different social medias and stuff. Everybody's got 3-4 different names, and I think you and I talked about this a few days ago, Josh, and you just don't know who anybody is.
Oh yeah, yep, I remember that.
Okay, so while they're slowly building up in there, we are, I hate this delay whenever I run over to YouTube. 33 watching by counts there and 10 thumbs up. Thank you guys. And again, thank you everybody for coming. So I'm just going to go to you guys, and we're just going to start off with a little opening from you guys, or long opening, whatever you want. And let me know what you've been up to. Let everybody know what you've been up to, and anything new in your life, whatever. So Chad, we'll open up with you.
Okay. So welcome to the first ever happy hour. Cheers. But anyway, nothing's new been going on with me. Just been hanging out, staying home, working, and that's about it, man. I'm glad we were able to get together and do a little something online, do something live. Hope you guys will stick around, and I think Chris may announce something else in reference to special guests, right?
Yeah. If you want to take that, go for it. I mean,
Okay.
It's everybody's show. Go for it.
All right. So I'll make this short. So guys, stick around and also be prepared for us to, request someone to come on for, a short period of time just to chat it up with us. When you do come on, be sure to have a drink in hand and also tell us what kind of drone you're working with or drones that you're working with. And, also, if you have a channel, put a word in about your channel as well. So it should be a good show today. And make sure you stick around.
Yeah, anybody that wants to join in, just put in the comments, put me in, coach, and we'll pull you into our little shit show.
I like it.
And join us, and just you come in for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then we'll play the music when you've gone over your time, and just hook you and pull you out and toss you on your ass. So
or we're just going to cut the feed. If
yeah,
you go over,
grab one of those cane looking things, just pull you right off the stage as the curtain closes.
Yep.
All right, John. Is this the real Jaybird in the house here? Did anybody click on him, go to his?
I didn't yet. I saw him.
There's so many fake
I don't know.
Jaybirds. When I click on it, it doesn't let me go. It's not saying go to site.
Yeah, it doesn't say
it's
that.
not letting me go to that either. That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing it on.
Can't tell. JC Flying, Josh, describe how you created the tree into your videos. I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't know what you mean by that.
Do what now?
Upside down. A little tiny world.
Is that Megan?
That was Megan.
Would you upside down? It sounded a little scary. Upside down.
And she was referring to my intro where I do the I don't know if you guys remember my intro where I have a shot from above from the trees looking straight down on us. And if that's what you mean, then that is from a 360 camera on a selfie stick, basically. And,
she was answering from hearing you read it.
She might have been, yes.
You know what?
Yeah,
we need to kick you off. We got to kick you off the show and just put her on.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at Mr. Popular here. He's got to take a phone call.
We'd have 200 watchers in no time.
Yeah. And lucky me, one of my co-hosts would be much more attractive. Look at Mr. Important here.
I know. I see him over there. He's just,
Chad,
on the phone.
Hello, Chad.
Well, while these two are on the phone, I'll go on ahead and give my little intro since they just always bypass me all the time.
Please do.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I just had to take this phone call.
Is it the president?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I know. But I'll I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Things happen.
So this is not the real Jaybird or J Turd in the house, actually.
No. Okay.
But hey, let's try this. Hey, Josh, what have you been up to, buddy?
Ooh.
What's going on with you?
Well, first off, I want to welcome everybody. We've got 38 people watching, according to what I'm looking at now, and 20 thumbs up, which is great. So thank you guys very, very much for all that. And again, just kind of like as Chad said, this is an open invitation, to anybody that might want to come on and pop in for a little while, say what you're doing. Again, gotta have a drink of some sort in hand. If it's non-alcoholic, that's fine. It doesn't have to be a Coke, water, whatever you want. But at some point that is definitely going to be, offered out to everybody. Today was kind of a big day for me. Chris, as you mentioned, we got some snow here, so it's kind of a little weird, and it's supposed to be pretty nice actually this weekend from what I saw. But I got my Power Egg X today, my replacement one, after some problems after a defective unit was sent out to me originally. So I'm really excited about that. I powered it up. I did all the updates. Updates went extremely smooth. and I had FPV, which was huge. So again, it was a little windy today, so I didn't take off or anything like that outside in the backyard. So far so good. No problems to report. No other issues. But again, I haven't taken it off yet, so we'll wait and see what happens there. And of course, there'll be a video for that.
And you got your other one running or sorted out?
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, so I don't know if you guys remember, but last time we did this live show last Saturday, I was talking about how in the app on my Android device, it would not show the flight control firmware version in the app. It would show the controller version, the controller version firmware, but it would not show the flight control firmware version. And I tried literally anything and everything that I possibly could to try to do that. So I used Chris's recovery files that he posted a long time ago and did a video on as well. So you guys should definitely check that out if you haven't, because that's a big help. That thing is like a lifesaver. I have that stored on a separate micro SD card, and it is just the cure-all, because I mean, it seemed to fix it with no problems whatsoever. I popped it in. You just wait a little while, let it do its thing, and just be patient. Once you
And sometimes it takes a while, and sometimes it's like just doing the old camera updates on the other Xenos.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's like it's done, but sometimes it takes a long time. But yes, be patient. That's the big key.
And wait for that, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, but wait for that solid yellow light, because that's what I did. I waited for that solid yellow light, because it'll flash like real quick sometimes, and then sometimes it'll just
Different
flash.
color patterns.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
The whole time you're doing it, you're watching, and you're like, "This isn't going to go through."
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh wait!
Right.
Oh, now it's red.
You're
But,
right.
And I wish they would get their lights sorted. Like it should be green light go.
I agree.
And red is dead, man. Like
Yeah.
and they're all backwards in their colors. So
I wonder what made them. This is just an off-topic thought, but I just wonder what would have made them think that yellow is good and green is not good. And,
well, if you know with Chinese, they're very superstitious with colors. Certain colors are like a big no-no. Yeah, certain colors are a big no-no. Like you just don't put certain colors on a house, or you don't get certain color this or that. I don't remember exactly what it was. I mean, I had Chinese exchange students, 3 of them over the years, as you know. I think I told you.
You did tell me that before.
So you always ask stuff like that, but that's not something that really stuck in my head. Real quick, I wanted to go over improved guitar skills. And sound is here. Yeah, I got your joke on that, by the way. You didn't need to tell me joking. But yeah, I saw your comment, and your others to follow I have not read. His Xeno camera works. The drone flies.
Sorry, guys.
Gimbal's dead. And that's probably the cable. RC Trends wants to know where you're located, and said to bring Megan on. Bring Megan on, and then he's asking where you're located, so you might not want to tell him.
That's crazy.
I'm just giving you a hard time, RC Trends.
That is funny.
He's from Saskatchewan.
Oh, Saskatchewan.
No, you are, Josh. You are. I was telling him that's where you're from, so you're safe. Way to play it. Way to play it off, Josh.
Hey.
Oh, shoot.
Drone Addiction says because they are yellow. I really should pre-read before.
That's I saw that comment earlier, and that's what I was laughing at before. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, there's a lot of hits you could take onto the Chinese right now. Especially as with this COVID-19, You've seen all these numbers where everybody's saying the totals and all that now, and how far surpassed we are of China. And the big thing is, China lying about their numbers. And I totally believe it. Like, China doesn't admit anything.
Wouldn't surprise me.
China, even the residents of China don't even know what's going on in China.
That's true.
I mean,
It's true. They keep people in the dark.
It all boils down to, that's how their life is. I mean, it's a completely controlled life. Their internet and how many kids you can have, and it's hard to get truth. So yeah, yellow's good there, Hugh. I'll agree with you on that. It's because they're yellow. Not all. Like I said, I had Chinese exchange students, and one of them, I think I'm still today as my own son, and miss him terribly. So Ram 2500 still wants my lamp.
Hey, Josh, you have the Femi Palm?
I don't know. I was actually just typing and responding to Brian in the chat about that. So I did pre-order back when it was on special, but everything was just taking too long. And I mean, I'm not the richest person in the world by any means. So and at the time I was like, you know what, I could really use that money back. So I figured, you know what, I have the Osmo Pocket, and it actually kind of turns out that I made a little bit of a mistake there, because I'm starting to see some people's reviews on it and the footage from it, and it just looks great. I mean, the video looks phenomenal. I mean, Ron Brown did
what now?
The Femi Palm.
Oh,
like the Osmo Pocket, quote unquote knockoff, so to speak. But seems like they did a great job with that. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch that video or not, but I mean,
I
just
did.
the video looks great. It's stable. It's steady. It's a wide angle lens.
I have one.
The Femi Palm,
and it's broken.
Oh,
the Palm or
the Femi one? I've got the Osmo Pocket, but the Femi version, they sent me that right around the time of the COVID-19 crisis there, and gimbal never worked from the start. It goes nuts. It just goes nuts, and they actually did work with me and give me a firmware update to try on it. Maybe that was a factory reset type 2, but it never changed. So it's just kind of on the back burner. I want to take it apart. I just maybe think something might be in the gimbal or a bad connection, and see if I can get it working. But it works camera wise. It's just the gimbal goes nuts. If you can put it in place, and as long as you don't move, the gimbal's fine. But as soon as you go like this, then the gimbal starts doing its little.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it really seems like it has a ton of potential, because I mean, it has the built-in Wi-Fi in it already. You don't have to buy a separate adapter like we did with the Osmo Pocket. You don't have to buy the extra adapter to be able to control the gimbal with like a nub or a wheel or something. It's already built in. The touchscreen is a little bit bigger on it. And again, I'm not speaking because I have it. I'm just speaking because I watched other videos and so forth on it. So I'm just going based off of that information, just so everybody knows. But and the video quality is great. And when Ron was walking in his video and he was filming, like, you don't see that bounce, that much. Like, it's so minute, and it's good stuff. At least in my opinion. I kind of feel bad that I canceled that order, but it is what it is, I guess.
Does it that zoom? It has a zoom feature. Does the Osmo Pocket have that?
The zoom.
No,
yeah,
I don't think I can zoom. That's one thing I don't like about the Pocket. Like, I really expected with the app base that I could just go like this, and I'm very disappointed in that type of stuff with it, because I mean, let's face it, with today's technology, especially if it's also connected with an app, you have a platform right there where you can just simply make that happen. Like, I would love it if I could just, go to the app while I'm using it on my channel or whatever, when I'm out in the field, and just, do that little on the screen and
Yeah.
zooming in.
Mhm.
There's several people actually from Pennsylvania in here. We have Dodge Ram 2500 Cummins. He was, forgot where he said, Butler, I think he said, Butler, PA.
Oh, Butler.
Yeah. But he wants my
Nice.
lamp. He wants my lamp. I pulled it out.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that's where he was from.
He wants my Hubson lamp. It's got a bad motor though. That one came.
Yeah, it sure does, doesn't it?
A lot of people comment and want this lamp, and let me tell you what, this was not an easy task. I mean, like, those aren't the LEDs that come with it. Those are separate little LEDs, wired everything, put in a bus bar inside and wired everything into that and soldered it and all that crap. And then you add it all up, and I was like, I would never pay for this. Like, because you have, the shell, and if you had to buy the motors, I just happen to have the spare motors, the old motors. So, but yeah, that was actually a fairly big hit when I first showed it in the background. And I'm slowly trying to go. Yeah, he's Butler, PA. And there was another one from Pennsylvania in here.
Huge Ass is from Central PA.
Huge Ass, and we got a lot of Huge Ass in Pennsylvania. And
Huge Ass, are you anywhere close to Centralia? Just curious, sorry.
And then we have Brian. He's near you.
Oh, he's very close to me. Very, very close. Less than 5 minutes.
Just so he's not so close that he's under the desk.
Well, no.
The way you were like, he's very, very close to me.
Josh. Another
oh, come on, guys.
Yeah, Greg Trevor. Okay, he popped up because he messaged me and said, "Am I blocked in chat?"
He messaged me that too.
He wasn't showing up. And anybody here in the chat, I'm having a real big brain fart because I don't remember. I've been working on a lot of drones lately to get PayPal payments, but whoever sent me, I got a PayPal payment for $75, and the person's name ends in PC like a computer, and it just says $75 beer money. So anybody in the chat send me $75 just for the hell of it for beer money on my PayPal? Because this is driving me insane. I have no idea. I mean, it could be one that I worked on, but I think everybody's paid already. So I don't know.
I'll take it if you don't want it.
Mr. Bojack Jackson's in here. He's big on Spry right now. He's got a giveaway going on Spry. And am I still getting my shirt there, Mr. Jackson? That was actually a mistake. He was just playing with the randomizer and it pulled my name up, and it actually wasn't for the shirt, but he said he'd still send me one. So I'm gonna stay on your ass and bust your balls until I get that shirt, Mr. Jackson. I like that Spry Plus, and I almost bought that Spry Plus, but I don't like the bits of water on the lens after you've hit the water, and it's like, what am I going to do? Keep landing it in the water just because it's waterproof? I've got other drones that you can fly in the rain. A little bit of water doesn't hurt anything. I mean, I've flown the Xenos out in the rain, and it just isn't. It doesn't have the big wow factor for me. I'm not big into the Spry Plus anymore. I really was at first, but perhaps if it had more range, that would be nice. But it just doesn't have the range, and not real crazy about it. And I think it's all telemetry. You're not actually looking at FPV, I think.
Oh, really?
No, actually, on that controller now you are. He can correct me, but. we'll see. But yeah, he says, yes, sir. I guess I'm still getting my shirt. Thanks, buddy.
Nice.
I'll look
Nice.
for it and I'll wear it proudly on my channel. The $75 payment was Skydio. Ha ha ha, Chuck. It was for my Skydio. Yeah, I sold my
It's an
Skydio
installment.
to Chuck for $75. Now you have a lot of payments to go there, buddy.
Chris, I actually thought you were giving that to me for free. Remember last time we talked on Wednesday?
Yeah, wait until I've had more drinks in me. And then
Yeah.
See, that's where Chuck is dumb and you're dumb, because you got to wait until there's like 3 of these filled up. Yeah, and I'll just say right now, just everybody enjoy yourself, have drinks, get a little sloppy in the chat, whatever. I've got to kind of take it easy tonight because I got to get up at 2 a.m. just after 2 a.m. and actually work tomorrow. I was supposed to be off, but then I got called on, so I have to go to work, and I can't be showing up sloppy or smelling like alcohol. That's not good.
Give me a second.
So, there was something else I was going to say that I saw in chat, but then I got sidetracked with Mr. Bo Jack Jackson. I always want to sing whenever I see Mr. Bo Jack Jackson. I want to just Mr. Bo Jackson, whatever it is. What was that?
Mr. Bojangles?
Mr. Bojangles. That's what it, Mr. Bo part. But I
close.
say, I mean Bo Jackson, but I say, never mind. I say his name, Bo Jack, in my head.
Okay.
So whenever I see your name, I do kind of sing it in a little melody, and I guarantee you, Don's singing it right now. Don is here, right?
He is. I saw him earlier.
Yeah.
He's probably sitting there with his pee jug. I'm going to go ahead and just say I'm going to randomly just pick somebody. And if you would like to join us, then you can join us. How's that sound, guys? Just put somebody on the spot and see if they want to come in.
Sounds good to me.
There's actually one person I would like to speak to in here that leaves huge comments. You know what I'm talking about?
Chris from Central PA.
No.
Daryl P?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
He leaves huge comments sometimes, and
Yeah.
he always has good comments, good points, and things like that. So, Daryl P., if you would like to come and join the chat, let me know.
Daryl P., come on down.
I'll send you a link.
Daryl. You got this,
Come
buddy.
on in. And I know he's got a story to tell.
And also, I have some questions to ask him, too.
He's got a Xeno, too, so there's always something to talk about, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
LOL, no idea.
What? Had no idea what you're talking about. Was he?
Maybe the long comments.
Oh, okay.
He's in my Facebook group too, if I'm correct, right? You guys have seen him in my Facebook group. Yeah. And yeah, he's usually very detailed and
very articulate.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
There's
Yeah.
the word. There's the word right there. But he's good in chats and stuff. And I think I joked with him. I was like, "Do you ever type shorthand?" And one of his last comments, I said, "Do you ever type shorthand?" And then I answered, I think it was actually in my group. Yeah. But Daryl P., if you would like to join, let us know, and I can send you a link on Facebook Messenger.
Looks like a lot of people in the chat are rooting him on to come on in.
Let's go, Daryl.
Come on.
Chuck, go for it, Daryl. Ultimate
P.
captures.
Daryl
Come
P.
on, Daryl.
Just 5 minutes. That's all you need. Just 5 minutes, and then I'll pass it on to somebody else. It's your time to shine and be a star, man. Come on.
You can go from your phone. You can do it from your phone, Daryl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just let me check my cam. Be sure it's working.
Yeah. You can do it from your phone as well.
Yeah, because this is a good way. This is something nice to where you can actually meet people that you've only chatted with, or people you've only seen on their channels. But when you get to be more in the face like this and personal, it's always cool. Like, I mean, there's people that I have talked to for years, never once ever saw them. It's always just Facebook stuff.
You
In
always
my
see their
group-
hands too.
Well,
Yeah.
you're talking about CL Tech. I've only seen fans. But like in my QC help and support group, Maddie, who I have as a moderator, he lives in the UK, and I talked to him so many times over the years or over a period of time, and he's good. Never used the friggin' phone. I'm on PC. I'm a PC nerd. But he kind of got on my nerves. Like we would get into little conflicts in typing, taking things out of text, out of context. And he would get on my nerves. I'd get on his nerves, and we'd have our little tiffs. And then I finally video chatted with him one day. I was actually out at that. That's when I was out over this past summer flying at that covered bridge. And I video chatted with him after the video was done shooting. I was just sitting there talking to him, and it's just a total different experience once you actually meet somebody. So whoever we invite into this and bring in here doesn't mean, same experience. We might end up not liking you. Chad's very picky on who he likes. So does that mean Daryl's not coming in if he says I'm good and never use a friggin' phone? I'm a PC nerd.
See, I actually took that as in. No, see, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It could go either way.
Ask him, so I don't know. He hasn't replied yet.
You know who I want to see? Huge ass.
Well, that's what I thought you were talking about before when you said huge comments.
Oh, that is a great name.
I actually threw out a comment in the chat there to see if Bob would come on.
I was just going to say Bob
when he came back from his beer and pizza time.
So Daryl just messaged you, Chris.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Slacking. I don't even have it open. Ooh, excuse
I'm all out right now. I need to get another one.
Chad, you're supposed to be like me and just have everything right underneath your desk, ready to rock and roll, buddy.
I need the cranberry juice. I have the rest of this. I mean, I do have more, but I need my cranberry juice.
I don't think he carry the show on.
Okay. We'll take it over. No camera on PC. Oh, you don't have a camera? You got a phone, right, Huge Ass?
Yeah, you can do it straight from your phone. Very easy. With StreamYard, there's no apps to download. It's all through the browser.
Yep.
We can give him a little trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
Like Greg. I think if we have... No, that wasn't Greg. Yeah, that was Greg, right? Yeah. We have Greg on again. We're just going to mute him. He's always going to have to come on muted because he was so good.
It was so funny.
Here he is.
Well, we're getting Daryl P squared away. Who else?
Show of hands. The link right now. So he's got the link and he can set up. Okay. Daryl, when you're setting up, just test your mic, test your video, and then you can be ready, and I can pull you right in. And after you do that, I'll see you, and you'll be kind of hidden, and then I can just pull you in.
Greg said Daryl and I received the same tracking number from Hubson for our ribbon cables. Hey, Chad, where's your ribbon cable at, buddy?
I don't know, man. They sent me a tracking number.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they got the exact same tracking number.
Yeah. I don't know.
It just said, oh yeah, they received the same tracking. Mm-hmm. You're right. I read that too quickly. Wow.
Are they doing that to people and saying that it's sent just to?
Yeah, probably.
Here.
It's probably like a default.
Like you use this you use this tracking number for idiots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Alex.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, they sent me a tracking number after this whole debacle the first time, after waiting for a month, and they didn't even send it. So they sent me another tracking number, and that was a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. I mean, I haven't heard anything, no update on it, whatever. I'm upset with Hubson. So this, I'm going to rescind what I said in one of my videos, that I was satisfied with the communication. It's just ridiculous. I haven't flown. I probably got a good maybe 6 flights out of my damn Zeno, like actual good flights.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest were just, ever since my FPV went down, I've just been flying it in the backyard, just messing with it just to get the batteries.
Strictly line of sight.
Yeah, strictly line of sight. And
yeah, I mean, that's frustrating. I mean, you like you said, you haven't had it very long, but this is your first Hubsan.
Yeah.
And this is the way it goes with your first Hubsan, unfortunately, Chad. This is exactly how it goes. It's like the curse of the first purchase of a Hubsan.
The curse of the first.
Yeah. So
it happens, man.
But
It
the
happened
one thing you're going to notice with Hubsan, and anybody in this chat that's been with Hubsan for a long time, like I have, Renee, you're in here. Renee's probably the longest person I've known in doing this hobby through Facebook and stuff like this. He's like one of the first entries into my group, and we just message each other all the time. So he knows as much as what I'm going to tell you as anybody else that's been around for a while. Their customer service, it's like they go into spurts. It's like really good, and then okay, we've done a great job. We can take a break now. And then it's like they disappear. They completely fall off the face of the earth. And I think what happens, it's always around a new release. They get too overwhelmed and slammed. When that Zeno first came out, what happened? They were getting slammed. Sales weren't what pre-sales weren't what they expected. They took a hit on that one. I mean, they advertised the hell out of that. They forked out a lot of money. That's when Annie lost her job. That's when Charlie Lou lost her job. All the customer service. The only one that they kept was Elsa. Everybody else was gone. They emptied out the California location, and it's just I forget his name now. Him and one other person there, basically just receiving and processing. They weren't doing all the service and everything they used to do that when Annie was there. But their customer service is on that spot right now where it's like after a new product release, they just disappear. I don't know what the hell they're doing, if they're utilizing them elsewhere, but the one thing you're gonna definitely find out a lot of is it's going to be Dodge doing any warranty work. They're going to drag everything out. The stories people tell me, I hear stories daily of people, hey, can I send you my drone? That's how I end up working on them. Can I send you my drone? Here's my story. This is what I did with Hubsan. And it's insane. It's the same with all these Chinese companies. They just want to drag it out for weeks with you and then ask you in the very end, like they've never even paid attention to a single thing you sent them. They will ask you in the very end, oh, send us a video of this. Well, I just sent you 3 effing videos and you want me to send you a video of this, or can I please have your address? I gave you my purchase number, my account information. You don't have my,
I know.
It's all bullshit because they know the time difference will drag it out another 24 hours at least.
Yeah. Stall tactics.
They're just buying time. That's all they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, when it comes to me, they don't know what they have, because I'm relentless. I mean, I am constant, and I'm a late nighter, so I can join their time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I when I email them, I think I catch them every so often where I'm up late and I can actually email them in real time. But still, they sent me a copy of a shipping label, but the damn copy didn't have it had my first name, my address and everything on it, but it didn't have my last name on it. I mean, as long as it has my address, I'm cool with that. It'll get to me, but I'm not even sure if that's real. At this point, I don't believe anything that they even tell me, because they've been sending me around in circles for almost 2 months now, and I'm getting tired of just waiting to fly my damn drone. It's like ridiculous. I spent like close to $500 on that damn thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can't even fly it. See, now the liquor's coming out in me right now. I'm about to get pissed.
Tap it off.
Oh, boy.
Top it off there, Chad. Fill her
Get
up.
some more, Chad. Come on, buddy.
I'm holding my tongue. I don't want to stay in the,
Chad's gonna be
reverse
throwing
action
shit by the end of the night, man.
you know what I mean?
All right,
So-
we got Daryl down here, and look at him. He is Mr. Studio. He's got his headphones. He is set. He is a
All
professional.
right, Daryl.
Let's bring him
So
on
let's
in, Daryl.
Bring him in, Daryl. It is
There
nice
he
to
is,
see
Daryl.
you and meet you, buddy.
Welcome,
Hello,
buddy.
guys. And can you hear me?
I can
Daryl,
hear you
perfect.
just fine.
Perfect.
Okay, good deal.
You
I'll
did,
put a
you did good.
face
You
to
can
the voice.
you can tell you're a PC nerd. You got it all set up and did it right.
Well, I'm glad I thought about the headphones because last time I ever did this, I had my speakers screaming at whoever was on the other end.
So where are you from in the South
Nice.
there, buddy?
Hometown's Kingston, 35 miles west of Knoxville in Tennessee.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I knew it was somewhere south. Like it's a little bit obvious.
Yeah, Chris, it's not uncommon when I watch your videos. I think, well, damn, he could be right here, next door nearly, just for the greenery and the water and all that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
So,
What's your story?
I want to hear. You've had some situations, some issues with your Xeno 2, correct?
yeah, it seems to be, I'll say, working like a champ right now. I'm sorry, I've got like 3 windows, and I've got y'all in duplicate here, so I keep looking here and then I look there.
It's probably easiest for you to just stay onto the StreamYard one because
it is.
The YouTube one has the bigger delay, at least on mine.
Right. I saw. Matter of fact, I'm
It's
just going to
definitely
hide
delay.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'll
keep
hide
it
that
hidden, and then I just go in occasionally and pop it, and I check to see how many are in and so forth.
That makes sense.
But
No, right now the Xeno 2 seems to be, I'll say, working like a champ. I mean, maybe a little bugaboo here and there, but nothing major. I've got the new cameras. I've got the new camera cable installed.
right.
FPV works great.
Nice.
And that's good. It's good timing that you popped in when you did, because that's what we were just talking about with Chad. If you picked up on any of that, he's still waiting for his cable. And I knew yours was a cable issue, and that you received your cable. You were one of the early ones to receive a cable. Yours came directly from Hubson, though, didn't it?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
And I would say U.S. Customs takes just about as long as Hubson does to send the cable. So
Now it does.
Not the truth. Yeah.
It was
Now
crazy.
it really does.
Anytime I've got stuff coming in through New York and Jamaica, no problem. But if it comes in through LAX, forget it. It's gonna, just crawl through.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually kind of surprised. Sabrina Chan that I worked with from Hubson, she was pretty good there. Responding maybe every couple days or so. Given the time differences and whatnot. And the only thing was, when they first confirmed, oh, you've got a cable problem, we will send you one with video on how to install it. The video they sent was, here's how you connect the USB cable between controller and phone. I'm like,
Yeah. And I started smiling as soon as you said they're going to send me a video. I started smiling because another person told me the same thing for the same situation, except they sent him a firmware upgrade video.
oh, okay.
For installing his cable.
I quickly got on to her about that. I said, oh, no. I said, Chris has done his checkout already. This was when you repaired the other quad, by swapping the cables. I said, Chris has already seen that the camera cable was the issue there. I said, send me that. And she wrote back, another day. So, okay, sure. And that was the last I heard from her, like February 23rd. The cable arrived on March 5th. And she had given me 2 tracking numbers. So I thought, oh, well, she sent the USB ahead of time, camera cable to follow. And so I was tracking them both. Well, suddenly here's, tracking number 1 shows up in the queue. And it's like, oh, it's delivered. Oh, wait a minute, what? It's delivered in California.
What?
And
Go figure, huh?
I forget who it was now, but some guy chimed in. He said, man, I thought you were bullshitting me or something. He said, because my tracking number was his. So he received the cable, and it was in fact a camera cable, which I'm thinking, well, you asked, you got my camera cable, send that to me. But as it was, it's just no. They made the corrections and they got out 2 camera cables, and for whatever mistaken reason, maybe who knows what, she just gave me my number and his.
Well, they're so organized.
Yeah, and his, I mean, that was about mid-March, so he got his about a month ahead of me, and I was like, I don't know when he ordered his from them, but I think mine. Well, like I said, I mean, it's the 23rd was when she shipped it. I received the quad on the 5th. So how that compares to anyone else getting theirs, I don't know. I mean, it's
okay. So you got your cable, you hooked it up, and then you got all the updates. During the time that you were down, did you try to do any updates when the cable was bad?
Yeah, pretty much anytime I saw an update, I'm like, fine, let's just go ahead, because although
did it ever freeze?
I don't think I had any freezes, Chris, after the first time. The first time I ever tried to do the updates, it got into what I'll just call the IT module of processing, the upgrade. And that reset would be flagged and count up to 251 or so. And I let it do that 5 or 6 times before I finally decided, let's just try seeing what happens if I power off the quad only. And that's when everything worked. And I noticed you had the same result, later on that one you were working with. But it just seemed like the quad only power cycle was what seems to be needed to unfreeze those processes, so that when you reboot and it restarts them, man, it zips through those first couple phases, gets to the one where it had a hiccup, then it gets that done and chugs along. And since then, I've not had any issues. And the past issue with the 1.2.1 aircraft upgrade, the most recent one, I know enough about this stuff to make me wonder, is there a problem and it makes me impatient when maybe there's no problem at all. It's just, Daryl, wait your ass out, give it time. And I saw during the IT firmware upgrade, it'd say, send lost. And, there'd be 2 numbers separated by a slash. So I thought, well, okay, that's sending X amount of data. And it's telling me of that data sent, how much was lost, except in an ideal world, you'd think lost would stay 0. And it wasn't. It was going up as big a number as being sent. So whatever their little scheme is there, I couldn't make sense of it.
Their jargon is always different.
Yeah, but it looked like it was a recursive process happening over and over and over. There was an MD5, which I don't know what that meant. I think of a checksum. And so that was occurring several times. And I thought, well, this damn thing's in a loop. How many times do I let it loop before I say, okay, it's screwed up, let's shut down and restart? But I didn't. And 14 and a half minutes later, it completed the process. So it just looked like a freeze or a loop, and I was just being impatient. And fortunately, I had the wherewithal for once to say, well,
yeah, the reason I asked is just because sometimes people that have the issue with the cable, they get the update while they're waiting for a new cable, and when it gets to that IT, then it won't do the update. But I think that's probably just dependent on how bad the cable is to begin with.
That could be. I wouldn't doubt it.
Depending on what circuit is lost in that cable.
Right.
Because I mean, how many you got in that thread? I don't know. I've never held it up to a bright enough light or microscope to count them, but I'm sure there's a lot in there.
I tried. It was hard. I was going to try to see if I could get a bright light photograph of the cable, and it was worthless even trying. I've got some good close-ups of the connectors, but in fact, whenever I got the 1939 cable, I put it under macro photographs and tried to compare the solder joints and all that, and I had forgotten, but it was actually on the motherboard or on the camera board connector itself, where I saw what might have been some bridges between a few of the connectors. But who's to say those are valid bridges or not? I don't know. The connector cable itself, at each end, all of the pins looked individual. They looked all clean. And comparing 1938 and 1939, I could see no difference other than just that change number on the cable itself. So I don't know if there was a break in the cable. I'm clueless what it is, but hey, it works. You know.
Yeah.
There you go.
Daryl, we have a question for you here in the
okay.
chat. Put it up on the screen so you can see it. Oh, by the way, Daryl, thanks for helping out with the SLN issue on Facebook, and that's from
sure.
Fred Perotti.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. With he and I were chatting about that. He was having troubles there. SLN not enabling. And
I was going to say, was he one of the ones that, because some of them say that it's grayed out and they can't even do anything.
Yeah, I saw that.
The only time I've seen it grayed out or almost blacked out nearly is when you're actually shooting a video. You know, it's basically while the video is active, it disables access to all that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
because the camera goes into a reset. So like when you turn it off and on, it'll do like kind of a reset.
Yeah.
So if you're recording in that process, it's not going to be able to do that reset. So it's disabled.
Is that all offered on? Is it only offered on iOS or is it Android as well?
No, that's on both.
Right.
It's the YouTube Live that's only on iOS right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and then that stupid Hubsan Zeno commercial. I think the whole YouTube thing must have had Hubsan thinking, "Hey, this is our chance to promote our brand. Let's put our logo on there." And
yeah.
I hate that.
Don't give me your friggin' logo because I want to overlay a screen capture on my other video. I don't want to advertise anything. I hate.
Well, you know what I'm going to start doing, because I do my screen captures. I put them in the corner of my videos. Mm-hmm. For now on, I'm going to put QC guy right over top of that Hubsan. There you go. Or I'm just going to put an F dash in front of that Hubsan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They have to have a setting to be able to turn that off. Now, granted, in the Android app, I don't see that at all. Period. But then again, the Android app doesn't have the ability to broadcast on YouTube or anything for that matter. But they have to be able to turn that off. I mean, I'm like you, Daryl. I don't if I pay for something, I don't believe in logos. If I'm sporting your logo on something, I better get a discount. You know what I mean? The price better justify that.
I mean, if it's freeware and you want to promote yourself, sure. If it's payware, I'll call it.
So are you like me when you buy a car? You tell them take that damn advertisement off the back of the trunk.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely. Unless you're going to give me a huge discount on that car, take it off.
Yep.
Remove it completely. I don't want to see it.
I've done that with every car for so many years. Never ever give me the license plate frame or stick that dealership name on the back of my car.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in fact, I would almost say, this is kind of changing topic a little bit. I did not notice this until a little while later with the Zeno upgrades, but we lost the telemetry data when they gave us the little graphic down there at the bottom left. And I'm like, Hubsan, don't give me on the Zeno 2, don't give me that friggin' commercial. Give me back my numerical telemetry data. I like having numbers in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why they couldn't just make that an on-off switch, to enable data or not or something.
And you know what? And I'm sorry, but why are you spending time on that right now?
Yeah.
Let's wait until a rainy day when you have less to do with the damn app and the firmware. I mean, right now there are a lot of other things you could be doing than adding these silly new features and putting your watermark on there. But it's funny how I'm actually complaining about the watermark in agreement with you, and I'm complaining about how it's put on cars and everything, but I don't even ask people every time they send me their quad, what do I do? I slap this right on top on the top of their quad.
So
and I tell them I'm going to do it though, and I just say, you don't have to keep it on there. You can take it off.
So it only appears when you go live, right? YouTube Live, or is it just on the?
It's there full
It's
time.
always there. It's always there.
Really?
It's like on Android, we don't have YouTube Live yet, but we've got the commercial. A persistent advertisement, I should say, the billboard.
All right, excuse me, fellas.
But such a popular guy.
He is. I mean, don't people know that he's like a rising star and he's live right now?
I mean, you'd think, unless they're fans calling for autographs or calling for something from them. I mean, they could be.
Yeah. I just noticed that I brought it up, and it only does it if you're connected to the quad.
Oh, well, okay. I hadn't noticed that. Or,
So
oh,
that's one way to tell you've established a connection besides looking at the relay icon up top.
okay.
Wow.
Unless being just connected to the controller alone might do it too. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And it's not even like they used a Hubson font. It's this fine broken line Hubson, or Zeno. What?
Yeah.
Say Hubson Zeno.
It just says Hubson Zeno. That's all it says. Yeah.
Okay.
Hubson Zeno. Not even two or anything.
And
Hubson Zeno.
it's kind of like very fine line, broken looking.
Yeah. It just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it just doesn't look good.
Chris and Josh, do either of you guys have experience with log video? Have you ever done any editing of video that's been recorded in log
I
mode?
haven't. I've played with it, but no.
Okay.
I'm like Chris.
I try to do as little as possible when it comes to editing. I try to shorten everything as quick as I can. So taking time to learn something, I'm like, I'll do that another day. Something that interests me, yeah, it does.
Okay. I was just wondering, Chris, because I saw your comments about the SLN and your sunlight normalization or neutralization, whatever you called it. And
my name.
I thought, hey, that's as good as a guess at it as anything in the absence of any information. But I had I Googled on that the other day, and it took me over to this RC forum or something like that. It's not a forum I'm a member of, but the guys in there were chatting and speculating that it's the maybe it's the Hubson log equivalent to D-log or F-log for DJI and FEMI.
Yeah, that's what Ron Brown said.
Okay.
On the show.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I've been working on here today. I was trying to put together some videos where I don't know anything about how to edit the log mode, but I thought, well, at the very least, I can do a white balance on it and see how that compares across a few different comparison videos I made, but I haven't got anything together yet.
My theory on it, not my theory, but one thing that I like about it after using it, after I was done with that video, I played with some of the pictures. I took some stills out of the video, and it's much more editable. I can edit it to where when you're starting off with something darker or slightly off in color, it's easier to play with those trends versus having something washed out and overexposed.
Exactly.
And trying to add color to it and not making it too red or anything like that.
Yeah,
he's pouring.
That's what I was pointing at. I was like, yeah, the boy.
From what I've heard, that's largely the purpose of the log mode. I mean, it's the equivalent of raw mode for photo raw.
Yes.
And so you're starting with something that's less saturated, less contrasted, blah, 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 and you build that into post. But of course, not everyone flying drones is a Photoshop or whatever nerd. So they're like, look, I want to just be able to, record and be happy.
Right. And to me, my whole thing about those type of camera settings.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that and then go into more editing process to play with it, sure, if you're trying to create some of those really cool water scenes or moon scenes and things like that, but you can put just as much effort into changing your camera settings to make a image better too. When you're actually videoing it. But to me, all it serves towards for me is basically like snapping on an ND filter. Because I'm not doing anything with it in editing or other than that time I played with it. I don't really want to sit there. For one, doing YouTube content, I never want to edit video. I always want to show it exactly like it is, because then people are like, well, you edited it and you're comparing it with a FEMI and you edited this, and nope, leave both of them exactly alone. Let them show all their true colors and ugliness in some cases and leave it at that.
My problem is I like learning that stuff to, you might say, potentially make a cool video, but I never get to the cool video part. I just get lost in the details, trying to learn ahead of time. And by that time, I'm like, oh, look, there's a new drone out, or hey, there's a new, let's go build a new computer. That's what I'm doing now. So I can happily edit my 4K video. I'm building a new computer. So
Oh, wow.
Well, in fact, I just got a new processor in today. I think the first one was bad, so we'll find out.
How many
So
cores?
David Cash, I'm sorry. I just wanted to grab this because David Cash brought up a good comment. So Daryl, you and I had this conversation, I think, in my Facebook group about me saying how hot that cable gets.
Yeah.
So from what he says right here, from what I've been reading, I'm beginning to think that the Hubsan had their flex circuits made too thin of a copper, which does not handle the current of stalled gimbal motor. So meaning the gimbal motors in the camera there. So if you could feel how hot they get on the Pro and the Xeno, I'm telling you, you pull your finger off of it. It's that hot. You cannot keep your finger on it unless it's numb. But that's what happened. You can't actually touch the Xeno 2 process. But if you have one of those lasers, like I was telling you, try to keep it on there real good. You can get a high temperature reading off of that. What it was, I forgot what it was. But
When I was trying to compare the cables, the one thing I did not really even think to look at was the apparent thickness of the cable
between
itself.
the two. Some people say it's a heavier gauge, but
So
I haven't got mine yet.
Yeah, so that would be consistent with what David's saying. That would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that still surprises me a little bit, not even a little, a lot, is the way that connector attaches to the main board end. It's just that little kind of push in place thing. It's like, this is really going to stay in place. It's like it just doesn't feel that secure.
That's Megan, everybody. Sorry to interrupt.
Can Megan hear?
She cannot.
I can kind of hear.
She will in a couple of seconds.
Well, maybe
All right, Megan, can you hear me now?
Nope, not yet.
Meanwhile, I'll be right back.
Okay, now she can hear.
All right, Megan, just push him aside.
Oh,
we're tired of him.
I muted. Sorry. Okay, now we're good.
Just push him aside. We're tired of him, and we want you to be the co-host now. The audience actually, somebody in the audience actually requested your presence.
Why is that?
They did. I told you.
Yeah, why?
When you were telling them about the camera 360.
Oh, okay.
And I said, yeah. I said, she answered that question. He goes, yeah, she did. She's really in tune. I said, well, then that's it. We just need to get rid of you, put her on the show, and then we'll have a prettier face.
Her sit right here. I'll go over there. Keep drinking. No.
I have to keep my mug all the time. No way.
Megan, fire up the power egg.
Yeah. Hey, great money. All right, cheers, my man. Awesome.
Well,
it's
good to see you show up during the event. Normally, we always end after the event and you popping in and saying hello. So it's nice to see you're in front of our millions of guests right now that are watching this show live.
What?
Yeah, I've been making masks, actually, sitting outside and sewing masks.
I saw it on you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, just making lemonade here.
Fortunately, I don't have a lot to work with, but my stay-at-home exercise was to give myself a haircut instead of go to a barber or whatever.
Bangs, man. Don't trim your own bangs.
I managed.
Oh, that's awesome.
Don said hello.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, not Don. I apologize. That wasn't Don. That's almost Homestead. Almost Homestead's in the chat. Sorry. I apologize. I forget his name. I apologize.
That's another one to pull in. How could you forget his name? How can you forget? Who was the scammer? Who was the scammer?
Jaybird.
Okay. What's this guy's name?
Mm-hmm.
Jay.
Oh, it's Jay.
It is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, see, Chad didn't know that either. So
yeah, I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that. Oh, wow.
Sorry about that.
In his video, he starts out,
that.
hey, this is Jay from, I forgot exactly where he's from, up in Canada.
Nice.
But
sorry about that, Jay.
Yeah. Our winner of the Mavic Mini.
Mm-hmm.
Find out if he watches Letterkenny.
I don't know. He might.
So I'm going to take on that note.
You want to kick me out?
We're gonna give you the boot now, buddy.
Oh,
toss you to the curb.
You know,
Sandman's coming for you.
But
Good to
Daryl,
join you guys.
I do want to say, Daryl, it was nice to finally meet you, see you face
Yes.
to face like this, and actually get to talk to you on more of a personal level. And thank you very much for sharing your experience with your Xeno 2 with everybody. And
My pleasure.
We'll see you around Facebook land and all that.
Hopefully one day I'll have some more meaningful, enjoyable videos and less, endless commentary.
No, you know what? That's good.
Oh,
That's
good.
good. I mean, that's the one thing I get cited for all the time is my babble. You know, you talk too much. You sat there for 6 minutes talking before I got to see this damn video. I like the conversation. I like to talk.
At work, people can take my emails without my name and they can tell you who wrote it, because my approach always was answer the questions before the newbies even have to ask. And of course, meanwhile, those that know more are like, God, when is this guy going to shut up? So
Well, that's why I mentioned about your long comments in the paper. One of my last ones to you was, do you know shorthand?
yeah, they're both the same length. Whatever.
No, but thank you very much for coming on and really appreciate it. And we'll see you around.
My pleasure. See
Yeah,
y'all later. Good night.
All right.
everybody.
That was
Okay.
good.
So on that note, I want to go ahead and just extend the invite. Where'd he go? I got to scroll down. Almost Homestead, if you would like to join us, I can send you the link on Facebook. So just bring me on in, coach, and we'll pull you in here.
Awesome.
So actually, I'm just going to go ahead and not waste the time, send him the invite, give him a little pressure, and let him see if he can make that happen.
I like how you answered before to huge ass.
Yes.
That asked why you weren't drinking, and of course she is.
Yeah.
How do you like that name, Megan?
I love it. It's one I would pick for myself. It's great. How do you guys like the quarantine beard here?
Yeah.
Week 3, week 4.
It's about the 4th week now.
Yeah.
You can also trim. I mean, you can grow the beard just because you're on quarantine. That you can trim too if you like. Are you gonna go real ZZ on us?
He better. That's what the goal is.
As long as it takes to grow this out.
As thick as you are here, I guarantee you.
My own hair.
I bet you get the longer rails.
Yeah.
And that void in the middle. That's a pretty cool look, actually.
Yeah.
Might split it and tie them up down here at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'll be Willie Nelson pretty soon here. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, this was my first time ever growing out the sides here. You can see I can't grow it in here because I always had a goatee. But out here, this is my first time actually growing it. So this is my quarantine beard.
I like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like that's how my daddy wore it. I like that look, Chad.
This year you can see, like last year I had fairly decent black strips here. Look, we're getting a little grayer on one side. I hate that. There was like 2 years when I first started going gray. I only had a black streak on one side. So for 2 years I did not grow a beard. I grow a beard every winter and always have since high school. And when that gray started and I had that black streak, I was like, no, I'm not going like one side. So it finally balanced out and I was happy with it. And now the gray's starting to take over.
Hey, it is what it is,
It's exactly, my dad was all gray 100% here before you ever really saw it on top. And that's kind of how it's going with me, except I'm getting these gray.
And eyebrows too?
Yeah. No, I mean that's pretty early that's very early for 35. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Oof.
For 35. So you started going gray when you were 35.
You just ruined it, Chad. Way to go, buddy.
Started going
I'm
gray.
like a hairless cat.
Started going gray when the first one was born.
Chad, now that I see it, you have eyebrows, right?
Yeah, no, not really. Well, they're kind of light. They're really faint.
Oh yeah, I never noticed
Yeah.
that before.
Just
Yeah,
throw them on.
yeah, color him in, right?
That's what we do with my mom now that she lost her hair, and
Aw.
she like last time my wife was there with her, she did her eyebrows, and my mom was just tickled to death to have those eyebrows, even though
I bet she is. That makes
That's
a big
awesome.
difference, you know.
yeah.
Aw.
So David Cash started gray at age 18.
Wow.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
He probably went white at 18. Like I had a friend that did that. His hair started turning white. It wasn't a gray. Usually you'll go white at an early age before gray. I don't know. I'm just saying. Rambling. But I sent him Almost Homestead said, just wait until your hair comes in. Oh, dude, I already got that.
Oh yeah.
I weed whacked those today. I
I
weed whacked the ears and the nose today.
Now I have to do the ears too. So
Yeah.
it happens. It's just like
So
Will does.
he hasn't responded to my invitation.
I don't
Almost
think
Homestead?
he can.
Yeah, he did.
He says,
Where?
I don't have a way to do it at the moment.
Oh,
but thanks,
yeah,
guys.
I do see. Okay. Then my other pick was going to be, I know you got something going on there. Hugh, not Hugh Jass. Hugh is at work, but if Hugh is still with us, when was his last comment? Drone addiction. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, he was just on there.
Mm-hmm. He was in there.
I would love for you guys. Yeah, I see him now. I would love for Hugh to get on and join us because he's just a joy to talk to. He's somebody that I haven't video chatted with in a while, but I always did enjoy video chatting with him. And him working in healthcare, I believe he works strictly with seniors. I think he's having a if you're subscribed to his channel, he does a day, my day in now or a day in healthcare during this whole COVID thing. So he's the one I always just, whenever I talk to him, I'm always just like, God bless you for what you do, because it's not easy. Yeah, there he is. He says, I'm here. Would you like to come on? Are you available to come on even though you're at work? Can you just come on maybe for 5 minutes, Hugh? If I send you the link. And you've seen him in his videos. He's just, soft-spoken, easygoing. Pleasure to talk to. Greg says, draw them in, Chad.
Draw who in?
Your eyebrows.
Oh yeah.
Potty break.
That would look just weird, especially on me.
All right. He says it. Put me in, coach.
All right. Cool.
Hugh, you're awesome. You are awesome. Love it, love it, love it. All right, Hugh, I am sending it to you right now in your private messenger, and you have it. So get yourself set up and join us on your cell phone, I imagine, since you're at work, but whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to do a count real quick. We have, I think last we had like 35 in the room, and now we are at 40 in the room, 29 likes. Everybody hit that like button. I'm pimping myself out here, or whoring myself out here. Hit the like button, please.
I'd do anything for a like.
So while we wait for Craig and then, for Hugh and Josh. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and just
There
give you an intro. So we'll let you, how we start every show. We say, Chad, what's new with you? What's going on? And you have something actually going on. So we're not going to call you Josh, what it says underneath your name there, but Megan.
Oh, you kind of muted. You're muted too, Megan.
Oh, she is muted. You got to unmute yourself. He muted himself during the potty break for the potty. I can unmute her. There. No, I can't. He's got it muted, locked. Can she hear me? Okay. See the microphone down on the bottom? He caught her. And he's probably got his headset in. And he's still got it muted. But anyhow, Hugh is
Sorry, yeah, now I'm back.
okay. Hugh's going to join us now from Drone Addiction. And I'm going to pull him in. Oh, I was going to say, what the hell's going on with your hair?
What the heck?
Oh, whoa.
I got this Chinese PPE. I think it's wrong.
Chinese hairnet. That's funny. So how you doing, buddy?
All good.
So what you drinking?
Nothing.
Apple
Nothing.
juice.
No, it's 11:30 at night. So
That's perfect
bedtime
time.
very soon.
But you're at work.
I'm working.
Yeah.
Oh, you're working. Okay.
Yeah.
So Hugh, am
That's
I
why I
correct?
had to go.
Am I correct
Okay.
that you work with all elder people, right?
Mental health, learning
Mental health.
disabilities.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So all ages.
Yeah,
Um,
all ages.
and then for quarantine purposes, they've changed your schedule, if I'm correct, to where you go in and you work a long pattern of days, and then you're off.
No,
Pattern.
that's always my schedule.
Okay, I thought that was just for the COVID-19.
No, it's always my schedule. It's a bit crap. Usually 24, 25-hour shift. I started today at 10 o'clock and finish tomorrow morning at 10.
Wow.
The only main difference is there's 6 apartments here. So instead of us going to each apartment, you basically stay in the blocks of 2. So stay in the one block.
That's got to take a toll on you.
It's a bit boring. You've nobody else to speak to, really. So this is good.
Good.
Where are you exactly?
Belfast.
Oh,
Belfast.
my family's from Skål Island in County Tyrone.
Cool Island, yeah. That's
Yeah.
about 45 minutes, an hour away.
Yeah, yeah.
Not too
Cool.
far.
Yeah.
Very good. It's harder for the guys here because they usually go to day centers and it gets them out of the house and then going out to cinemas and stuff. But they've been locked in the whole time. I think this is 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, and they haven't left the house.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So
Has anyone gotten thoughts of abandoned areas or just how deserted and empty everything looks right now?
yeah, if I've been doing, as Chris said, it's not really a daily vlog. It's just updates on work and driving across the city every day and doing a bit of an update. And the roads are pretty empty, except today. There was quite a few cars on the road. We're having good weather for a change. And with this being Easter, there's a lot of people were heading away for Easter. And the police were out on the road stopping people and giving them fines and sending them back home.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Rightly so. But the majority are staying at home.
It's good.
Not very good for flying drones, but
Yeah.
very tempted to fly.
You need your whiskey for next time. You're all.
You're always fighting weather anyhow there. I mean, you get a lot of rainy seasons, huh?
If it's not raining, it's windy.
Yeah.
So it's like there's one of the videos recently and it was a brilliant day, and the wind was easy 35 miles per hour gusts. I was at the coast, and I had the Mavic Air was in sport mode the whole time, and even then it was drifting sometimes. Which
Can imagine.
wasn't really
Josh,
good.
Josh, is this your first interaction with you?
Oh, it sure is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we chat on Facebook all the time and so forth. And he makes fun of me about putting umbrellas in my beer. But you know, this is my first time ever chatting with him.
Yeah, I haven't video chatted with him in a long time, but I really always enjoy talking to him.
He's great.
And
Thank
you know,
you.
it's always interesting talking to somebody else from another continent. And you know, you're just an all around good guy, laid back.
Don't know about that now.
Oh, you're a
Well,
great
it's my
guy.
first time meeting
You know
you.
that.
Yeah,
But,
same, Chad. Pretty new to me, Chad. I
Yeah,
haven't
Chad's
really-
Chad's kind of our newest member. He came into the scene this year, this past summer, right, Chad?
This past fall, October,
Fall.
November. No.
Yeah,
Yeah, new guy.
new guy.
And his first Hudson is a Xeno 2, and it lasted a little while, and that cable burned out and no FPV.
Yeah.
I'm
Got a
glad
bad
I
taste in
came
his
to
mouth.
Yeah. It's definitely one we could have waited on, I think. And I mean, I'm enjoying it because, you know, I like to tinker and mess with everything, but if I was relying on it on my only quad or one of a few, I would be pissed right now.
Yeah,
Having the issues with cables and things like that.
I got more into the photography, so I got rid of I got rid of my Xeno, and the Parrot Bebop,
Excuse me.
and bought a lot of camera gear.
Wait, Hugh, you got rid of the bebop?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
bebop's good stuff, man.
I got
Wow.
more into the photography side of things, so
Okay.
I bought a lot of stuff. That's why I haven't bought any drones. And I'm trying to save. I kept the money for the Xeno and putting it all together, and hopefully the new Mavic Air, if it has OcuSync, or the Mavic 2 Pro. I don't think I'll waste my time. I was looking at the FEMI, the new X8. That looked good until I started looking into it, and then I was like, no, it's no different than the Xeno 2, and it's no better than the Mavic Air, so what's the point? I still have a FPV drone that I haven't even took out of the box. I took it out of the box, done a bit of a video, and I haven't even flew it yet.
Oh, wow.
I'm waiting on the better weather. Well, I was waiting on the better weather, and now I can't even fly drones outside, so it's still sitting in a box.
Wow. Wow.
But the photography's, it's good. It's a lot to learn.
You post a lot of really nice photos.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
And I'm sorry about the echo. I'll put my headset here back in momentarily. Megan's just gonna say bye real quick, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Nice
See
to
ya.
meet you. Sláinte. Hope you take care.
Thanks. Bye.
Hey, Josh, I'm getting like feedback from you and Chris.
Yeah, you're getting my echo because I took my earpiece out. I'm gonna put it back in. That's why Megan left so I could put my earpiece back in. So I apologize. Let me get back to this.
Drone addiction. What is your name again? I'm sorry.
There we go. Sorry, guys.
No, Josh, you're still messed up.
Oh, so they keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
Typical. Hugh.
Hugh, right? Okay.
Yeah, like Hugh Jass.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm in my earpiece. There should be no echo for me.
I'm gonna
still hear it.
mute you for a second. Talk. No, I still hear it. Is it maybe yours, Hugh?
No.
Well, I've no headphones in.
Okay, so we're picking it up off his.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
Okay.
not to cut you so short, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the next person, Hugh. So,
Thanks
but
for having me on.
I wanted to bring you in just to see your wonderful face again and
Yeah.
hear your voice and talk to you. And as always, bless you for what you do. Hang in there, and we need more people like you in the world helping people.
Thanks and enjoy the drink.
All right. Well,
Maybe next time will be.
We'll all have one for you.
It's nice meeting you.
Thank you very much for all you do, my friend. Thank you very
No
much
problem.
for everything you do in the healthcare industry. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
All right,
Take care.
take care, buddy.
See you, buddy.
All right, and I'm not even going to say anything. Let's just spy on them.
Oh, Don,
Whoa.
what are you doing?
I didn't see you there.
He's like spray painting something.
No, he's fertilizing. He's fertilizing
Oh.
his greenery, aren't you?
Oh,
So I just started a business selling microgreens, and it's like baby greens. And I'm in my grow room right now, only growing healthy produce, nothing else. Don't get any ideas.
What's that? What's that one? What's that one with 5 leaves I saw in the corner?
No. I don't even know what that stuff
that's
smells
your
like.
special plant, Don, back there. I mean,
No.
it still grows. I mean,
Medicinal.
No. All very nutrient-rich, legal things.
attaboy.
No, I've been seeing the pictures you've posted, and you really got a lot that came up and is thriving right now.
Yeah, no, microgreens, everything up here is going crazy. I don't have enough time in the day. A lot of people are like, what do I do with all this time in my hands? And I'm like, dude, I need more hours in the day. But as you guys know, I'm just outside of Northern Virginia proper. And so there's a lot of restaurants once they open up again that'll be buying these microgreens, and they take on average 10 days to grow a full cycle from the day I put them in the soil to the day I harvest. And I can make quite a bit of money on them. The profit margin is huge. So
Nice.
for those of you that don't know, I'm actually a school teacher, and I'm quitting my school teaching job after this year. So this is my little side hustle at home, just to kind of make a little income and not completely lose income altogether. But my wife is the breadwinner.
Side hustle.
Yeah. Do you have does your wife have any type of website or anything like that? Does she do any of her own stuff, or is she just contracted to do the voiceovers?
She's contracted. She works with publishers, and she works with independent authors. She kind of does a little bit of both. If you search her name on Audible, you'll find well over 100 titles. I don't even know how many it is now, but her maiden name is way cooler than my name. So she goes by Natalie Naudus, Naudus, on Audible. And you'll be able to find all sorts of stuff on there. She's got fantasy, mystery, thriller, everything on there. So, yeah, she's working her buns off 7 days a week, 7-8 hours a day, and she's working ahead on projects right now because she has the project out there. So she might as well finish them early and get some more income coming in during these uncertain times.
That's awesome, Don.
Yeah, she's awesome.
That's great. To be able to sit in the studio and do voiceovers. I mean, that's really cool. At least in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why
cool.
that studio I was in the other day was her studio.
Yeah, you got a perfect setup for coming on when you have that studio. Well, I'm not going to ask you to sing since you're in, and you don't have the proper sound room, so I won't ask you to sing this time.
He's such
Yeah,
a
this
great
room
singer,
isn't
though,
quite
Chris.
You guys all doing well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep. Everybody's all healthy on our end.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Beautiful April day, snowed. Snowed today.
Snow,
Yeah.
sleet,
I just
rain,
dropped my
a little
drink
bit
on
of
my
everything.
computer.
Yeah, it was snowing down here too.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah,
Chad.
I know. Luckily, I was almost done. So
Billy Blogs. What's he? He's got a whole bunch of comments going on all in a row. Here.
I saw those, and
Quadoholic'S. He's he's Northern Irish, Chris.
Quadoholic'S.
Do
Isn't
I
that the
need
name
to
of the
go-
stream?
Do I need to go up higher? Did I miss something?
you had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't been paying
But
attention.
it's
And then Chris,
it's really-
is that a Hubsan 501S with DJI props? If he's talking about my lamp, that's the only 501S, but that's not DJI props. Those are Hubsan props. Belfast, maybe he was talking about Hugh. I don't know. Northern Ireland. And then it says, is he essential worker, trucker, fines? Really? You put umbrellas in your beer? So he
was talking about me.
He was typing along as we were chatting.
Mhm.
And so he was talking about Hugh, and no, Hugh's not a trucker. Hugh is in the healthcare industry for mental health. Maybe that's why I get along with Hugh so much. I need that mental health.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest. I didn't know he was in the mental health department.
Yeah.
I thought, well, maybe he can help me out a little bit.
Yeah. Now that he said it, you know, corrected me. I mean, at first I was thinking it was all elderly that he worked with, but I think he works with a lot of elderly in mental health. So,
But still, anybody in healthcare or anybody like any of the essential workers that are out there, man, like, God bless you guys for real. Like that's awesome.
hard job.
And thank you all for being there and for showing up and continuing to go to work and doing what you do, because it's greatly appreciated. It really is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to, go and make it into a long story, but my niece does that. And she actually goes into homes, not mental health, but just any type of assisted nurse needs and stuff. But she goes into homes, and I don't know exactly what it's for, if it's for certain areas or anything like that. But I think also some mental health too, where it's youth. So hearing some of the stories from my sister, I couldn't do that stuff. There's just no way. I couldn't do
It takes
that.
a special person to do that.
Yep, really does.
Sure does. I mean, I don't know exactly what she does, but I mean, anything in terms of home health care, things like that, just healthcare in general. Like that's not my thing.
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
like these.
So God bless them.
My mom has like 3 nurses that come a week, 3 different nurses
Wow.
a week that come out to her, and it's different things: physical therapy to keep her mobile, and checking stuff on her, tests and stuff like that. And they are just the nicest, most wonderful people. They come out, they're just so cheerful and bubbly, and my mom just loves them all to death.
That's
And
awesome.
it really brightens up her day when they do come. So yeah, especially now, it's really scary having anybody come to my mom's house, and
Yeah.
them going from house to house. It's got to be awful for them. It's got to be scary for them.
Absolutely.
I
And for them, they don't know if they have it because the symptoms don't always show up. And you don't know if the next person you're going to, you're just going to give it to them, It's
Yeah.
crazy.
You never know. You never know.
So Don,
Okay.
Don,
Yeah.
what is that behind you on the door? I'm curious.
So all this stuff, these are all my kind of grow times, all my specificities, all my crops. So it has the crop and how much seed density and how long I germinate and how long it takes to harvest and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah, with this, you have to really keep track of timelines because everything grows so quickly. And if you have a customer that wants sunflower shoots in 10 days, you know that you need to plant today. You know, it's all, there's special Excel spreadsheets you can do where you plug it all in, but I'm just starting this business, so I'm just writing everything down on whiteboards everywhere. I've got another whiteboard here.
Oh, wow.
And then I have another one over here with just like a calendar
Wow.
set up. Over here are all my seeds for my outdoor garden, getting ready to go out there. But I'm glad I didn't plant those yet because of the snow and it got cold. It's getting cold this weekend. So
Okay.
yeah, just doing the
Wow. Good for you.
well-oiled machine there.
getting there. We're getting there.
Mhm.
But
Nice.
yeah, I wish it wasn't so windy. It's been beautiful outside. I wanted to take up my Xeno today, my Xeno 2, but it's
Mhm.
crazy windy. When you look at the UAV forecast, whatever, it says I'm getting 100-mile-an-hour wind gusts today.
It's crazy.
Because you can put it in by elevation. Chris, do you ever mess with the elevation settings on that? Yeah. So my elevation is right at 1,500 feet.
Wow.
So it's not a huge mountain, but it's higher than sea level, that's for sure.
I worked on 2 people's quads today and were previous, and I did their test flights today before I mail them back to them. One's a Xeno Pro and then one's a Xeno 2. I put the Xeno Pro up and I took it up about 60 meters, and it was so windy and a little bit of snow coming down, but I had it almost directly overhead, and I was just, checking different things. And then next thing you know, it's quiet. I'm like, I don't hear this thing it pushed it. I mean, it took it like almost a football field away in the opposite direction with my house between me and it. So I was like, oh shit, I can't lose signal or have anything happen with this guy's quad. But yeah, it was really windy today. We've actually, like right now, on the property, I've got down trees that I need to take a chainsaw to, but I'm not doing anything outside that could risk me getting injured. So working a chainsaw right now, I'm not going to deal with that to where if something did happen and I'd have to go to hospital, that would be not a place I want to go to. You'd have to drive me in a hospital. So
yeah, not at all.
So that tree can lay there. I've got 2 trees down that can just lay there.
Yeah. Hey, I posted a video. I posted one of my videos, just a short little thing. And I'm pretty new to the drone stuff. I mean, I've been flying the Unique Breeze for like a year and a half. I'm just seeing somebody's chatting at me. I'm not paying attention to the chat. I don't have a farm. I'm starting a homestead. So it's just 5 acres and we're on the side of a mountain. So we don't have much for farm. Anyhow, I posted a video and I didn't realize, being newish to drones, that I had to be 500 feet below the clouds. And
I'm bombing them.
Are you like throwing everything at me right now?
It's all the questions all at once, Don. Come on, you got this, buddy.
Dude, life, can you grow? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
I guess you can't grow it. I don't know what. Maybe I should have Googled that before I put it up.
Yeah, my assumption is it's contraband, but I have no idea. No, no, I'm just starting the gardening too. We didn't have a garden last year, and we weren't going to have a garden this year until the pandemic. I'm like, well, we got to grow our own food now. Let's get it going. So, but anyhow, I didn't know that I had a 500-foot clearance from the clouds rule. So being up, again, not too high, but I'm up high. There's a lot of cloudy days. I can't fly at all, even if it's, nice weather. But if it's cloudy, I'm close to the ceiling almost all the time. So I'm glad that guy told me about it. But I mean, what are they gonna do? Is it a fine? Ha ha, Chris. No, I actually hate the beach. I hate the beach unless it's the fall.
So you don't like the sand in your Speedo, right?
Not at all.
I think he likes long walks in the woods, right, Don?
Absolutely.
That's just creepy.
Boy.
I envy him a lot. I really do.
I do too. It's a lot of work, doing the whole homestead thing and everything. I was talking to well, at least in chat anyhow, with Almost Homestead, which now I know is Jay. Thank you for that, Chris. And
Don, did you know that his name was Jay?
Yes, I did. We're friends on Facebook now.
Good man,
Nice.
Good man. Chad and
Nice.
Josh are slackers.
No, I didn't.
Well,
we are slacking.
Chad's allowed to be a slacker. He wasn't part of that selection, but
Yeah,
That's true.
Josh. You should
I know.
bullshit.
Anyhow, go ahead, Josh.
Wow. Wow, you guys. No, and I give anybody credit that wants to go and do that. I mean, Megan and I have always wanted to, live in the woods and try to do that. But like for me, I don't even know if I'm capable of doing something like that. Like I'm so modern that I don't know if I could live without certain amenities, I don't
You
know.
get used to it. I mean, I'm not off grid, but
No, but
it's not that bad.
and I watched a lot of your videos, Dawn, and I watched a lot of Jay's from Almost Homestead, and it's a lot of work. I mean, it's definitely a lot of work, and I mean, I'm not a physical laborer by any means. Just to throw that out there, that's just not who I am, and I'm willing to work, obviously, but I'm just not a big physical laborer by any means. I'm used to sitting in a chair or whatever, but I don't know. But we've always wanted to live in the woods, and that's just a dream of ours. And a log cabin in the woods is what I'd love to have ultimately, and I know Megan would love that too.
Hey, maybe someday.
Someday. That's right.
Yeah, with Jay, with the giveaway and everything, I didn't know him. I mean, he's I'm like a little over twice my channel size, maybe even more than that. He's definitely got a longer following and all that. And
yeah, he's pretty big.
I'm very familiar with the YouTube homesteaders. Like we're in Facebook pages and everything, and we have conferences that we go to together. And so I'd never heard of him. And when he jumped in that giveaway, I was like, oh shoot, I need to look into this guy. And of course, we have so many mutual friends on Facebook, and it just, we hadn't been connected before. So now we're following each other and made a new friend through it all. So that's pretty cool.
His last video that he posted recently, I laughed for probably about 15 minutes last night watching it, and it was all about the chickens escaping. And it was just hilarious. I don't know why I found it so funny. I don't know why I found it so funny, but they were just for certain segments of the video, they were trying to stop the chickens from escaping, and I loved it. I just loved it, and man, it's just crazy. But I loved it for a while.
Yes. Where is Chili Boo tonight?
I don't know. He said he was going to be in here, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, he left comments early. Maybe I should have said early on that what we discussed, Josh, about if you leave comments early on before the live starts, they go away. Maybe he's mad at us and thinks we deleted his.
That's a good point.
Can you send him a message on Facebook?
I think it takes a lot for him to get mad, though. That dude is so cool and laid back.
Yeah,
mellow.
he's chill.
He is.
That would just give him reason to roll another one.
Almost Homestead said in the chat just now, sorry, my wife just called. I'm still here. Gotta love the chickens. I guess he heard my spiel about loving his chickens. It was just so funny. I couldn't help it.
Yeah, chickens are awesome. Everybody should have them.
Chickens escaping. I love it.
How much property do you have, Josh?
Oh, not a lot. No, not a lot at all.
Do you have enough
Very small.
chickens? Like 4 of them?
Oh no.
No, you're on you're like a quarter lot or half quarter lot, right? I mean a quarter acre lot.
If that.
Yeah.
If that, yeah.
Doesn't take much room.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a good feeling the dogs would go after them quite a bit.
Yeah. My beagle is actually living with my chickens right now.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's something.
I mean, I made the message clear early on, and I mean, he's an outside dog. We actually adopted him from somebody where he was a stray at their place. They were moving, and they said, "Hey, you want him?" And I was like, "Sure." And he's been scaring away the bears on our property. But he nipped at one chicken one time, and after that, he's been fine.
So Don, I do have a question for you, and I meant to ask Almost Homestead this too. So if Almost Homestead, if you're still listening to Jay, those chickens that you guys raise and that you have, do you eat them as well, or no? Or are they just strictly for eggs? Or
yeah, different breeds are specialized and meant for different things. So the chickens that I currently have are all egg-laying breeds. They'll lay between 200 to 300 eggs a year, depending on the breed. And the chickens that you raise for meat are typically the Cornish cross, and those grow to butchering weight and size in 8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So,
wow, 8 weeks.
And it takes your egg layers at least 3 months to start laying eggs, if not longer. So they're meant. They have different purposes, and we actually have 25 Cornish cross chickens on order. They'll be here at the end of the month, and so we're looking forward to raising those. And 8 weeks later, after that, we'll be butchering them ourselves.
Oh wow, okay.
Well, we got Greg coming in.
Yeah, I see Greg. Well, sort of.
And he's muted for now, so that's perfect.
That's exactly how we like him. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But yeah, chickens are fun.
Awesome. Well, that's good. Thank you for that knowledge, Don. I just didn't know. Yeah, I had no idea if you raised them for food or both, or
right.
just for
I mean,
eggs.
2 years ago, I didn't know anything about them either. So find out something new every day.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's my motto, buddy.
Definitely. Well, I should probably get back to work. I've been working a little bit, but I've got a lot to do and make sure I'm getting the crops put out on time. But it's good chatting with you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna kick you.
That's
out
awesome,
now,
Don.
anyhow.
Oh, you're getting the case. Oh, there's your. What are you drinking, Don? Real quick, what are you drinking?
Just wild turkey and seltzer water.
I'm a little disappointed that you don't have the jar.
Oh, it's dirty, and we don't have a dishwasher, so I'm lazy and grabbed the solo cup. So get off my back.
You must make Chris just spell his drink.
On your closing, on your way out, you want to give us a verse from Red Solo Cup?
Verse from Red Solo Cup.
You don't know that one,
dude? I don't know.
Toby Keith.
Red
I'm
Solo
not a
Cup.
Fan. Dude, you're up in the freaking mountains. You better start listening to some country music and.
Heck no. Nah.
Okay, that's your job when you get off here. I want you to listen to Red Solo Cup.
All right, I'll do it just for you, Chris.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Everybody take care.
All right, take care.
Later, bud.
See you, Don.
Okay, let's talk some drones, guys.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I want to talk about these Xeno 2. Well, we have this latest big update. Huge, huge update. But the whole update process that's going on, that they have spread like a virus, not from just the Xeno 2, but now into the Xeno Pro, where you have the forced updates and such. So just like what I mentioned, I was working on that gentleman's Mavic Pro. Sure enough, I get it all done and everything. What do I have? I have a forced update when I want to go out and do his test flight. So, yes, Hubson says, Stephen at Hubson says we're working on it, but I don't know that that is a confirmation as to we're going to give you an option. But my whole thing is, if you're going to give us an option, why all of a sudden did they just add it out of the blue to the Pro? That's what's making me question this whole thing, that I don't know that they're going to give us that option. Like, I hope they do. But the whole addition to now, instead of just letting our devices say, hey, you have an app update, you know, the X Hubsan and X Hubsan 2 needs updated, your phone always tells you that. But now Hubsan's gone and made it to where when you boot up your quad with your app and, you know, bind it all together, it will tell you have an update. Now it lets us get out of that, but it's just another thing in the process.
Yeah.
And then you get out of that, and then you're told, oh, you got a controller update, or you have a quad update. This early on, when you have all these updates, it's the last thing I want to do is be updating every single time I turn on my frickin' quad. And then also get into that situation where we're finally happy with something like you are with original Xeno. And then you're forced to leave that for something that might be potentially backstepping. And let's face it, Hubsan's a classic at doing that. So we're going to have that situation if they don't change this. So they really need to change it. But
I agree.
In this new update, we kind of touched base on it a little bit. We have the YouTube for iOS only right now. So that's another, like, you know, shooting yourself in the foot, where it's like, okay, well, let's release this nice new feature for everybody, and then piss off everybody that's got a frickin' Android, because you can't use it. You know, it's like,
I mean, that's the way they were when they first released the Xeno, right? They only had an iOS app.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They
sent it. They sent
the
it to
people that
people
got
with
the
reviews.
drone. Yeah, and they didn't have it. I mean,
and they didn't tell them this either. They just sent it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they just sent it, and like I think it was RC Sailors. He has an Android, and he had to use his wife's iPhone to do the review.
I think they did it to Dustin Dunnell too.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that's not iOS had that problem. So I mean, it's not a first, and it's not going to be a last. There's always going to be features and things that don't work in Android, but just don't release them until they frickin' work all the way around. Android is huge. It's huge, and that's not the one you want to be, you know, taunting people and saying, you know, we got it for Apple, you know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I'm a big Android user. You know, I don't use anything Apple, period. And that's just my own personal choice, and that's just how I roll. But you know, I've noticed that a lot of things come out for Apple first. You know, not just with Hubsan, but with a lot of things. And you know, I mean, I can't blame them. There's a ton of. I just read a report not too long ago that a ton of you know, younger people use Apple devices. You know, period. And that's what, you know, they're gearing the market towards, and that's okay. You know, I have no problem with that. But I just feel like when they release something for one, they should release it for the other as well, because there's a ton of people that have Android devices, and I mean a ton as well. So, just my personal opinion.
And I'm sorry, Chad. I know you want to say something real quick. I'll just say this part, but you know, iOS is easy. It's one platform. One platform. That's all you have to deal with. So with Android, how many platforms you have? How many different Android devices are there? That's the problem. So all these different proprietary systems they have to make it work with. It's like the only thing that they have a hard time with iOS is when you go from iPhone to iPad. You have different things there with rendering and things like that. So if they sometimes struggle with something as simple as that, just looking at two platforms, just imagine what it's like with Android. There's tons of different platforms for Android out there.
And you're right. You're absolutely right, Chris. I can only imagine, you know, the struggles that they have with Android in general, because there's so many different quote unquote versions of Android, because so many manufacturers put their skin over it and could interrupt the way that something works, you know, through the system itself. And it's crazy that it has to be that way, but it's also kind of cool that it is that way, because Android is so open. And that's the biggest thing that turned me on about Android, is that it is so open, and that you do have a lot more flexibility, at least from my experience personally.
Mhm.
And I apologize, Chad. I know you had something to say before.
No, that was my question. Why not release it like all at the same time for Android and iOS? But Chris actually answered that question with, they have multiple platforms and all that stuff. So
Yeah, and the simple thing to do here is take your most popular versions, like your Galaxies and such, and focus on those Android platforms, not the Japanese or the Chinese versions.
yeah,
I think Galaxy is Japanese. I think most of your Galaxy phones come from Japan, and there's a small market of Chinese versions, and that is what Hubson tests all their Android stuff on. Is that, what is it, Huawei or whatever? What's that one brand?
Huey.
yeah,
Huey.
I think that's a Chinese brand. There's several different ones, a handful of Chinese brands, and they test on those instead of using like a Galaxy or Samsung, whatever. I'm not Android, so I don't know all the different ones, but they should stick with the most common, popular ones. It's not hard to figure that out, and make sure it works on those. What do I hear?
It's not me.
it's probably just my phone vibrating.
We could all just start dancing. I mean, this is happy hour. I mean, eventually we do have to get up and start dancing.
Hold on, let me mute this.
Is that a kid show?
Yeah, my daughter just walked down the stairs. Hold on.
Yeah, Billy Blog's got it, and
Huey. Yep.
I always pronounced it different. I didn't know it was as simple as Huey.
That's how I pronounce it. Anybody in the chat, please correct me if I'm wrong, for real, because I don't know if that's true or not. That's just the way that I've heard it being pronounced quite a few times. But and that's just the way that I thought it was pronounced. So correct me if I'm wrong, please.
Greg, don't worry about your audio. We don't want your audio. Just come on in. Use
your Post-it notes, Greg.
That's all we want you for, is your Post-it notes. We don't want your audio. Sorry. Actually, when I pulled him in, he had his camera working.
It was working perfect.
I purposely muted his mic when I pulled him in. But then
that was you. That wasn't him.
Then he disappeared.
Oh man.
Then he disappeared. So yeah, we don't want to hear you. We want to see you, buddy. No, he was a hit with his his Post-it notes.
So Huge Ass says Huawei is how it's pronounced.
Okay, Huawei, yeah.
Huawei.
And then Samsung's are South Korea. I think Korea is your big market of phones, if I'm correct. There's one area where they make a majority of all the big name brands, and Samsung's a big name brand, so I'm sure a simple Google search could answer that question. But Huge Ass says Huawei.
Huawei. Or Huawei.
Huawei.
I've also heard it pronounced Huawei as well. So he might have been correcting me when I was wrong. They're on that delay.
Yeah, I think it's Huawei.
Huawei
is what he's trying to show. W-A-H, Huawei.
Yeah,
he did it W-A-Y before.
Oh right, right. I saw it.
Okay. Yeah. Huawei.
You're right. Huawei.
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 You guys are probably too young for Barbara Walters, right?
I know Barbara Walters.
Hello, my name is Barbara Walters. Yeah. They always did a Saturday Night Live skit with her or about her.
Oh, that I don't remember.
Yeah, because in the very beginning, she had this talk like this. She talked like this a lot. So they, of course, Saturday Night Live jumped all over that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Saturday Night Live, the new Saturday Night Live feature on the Hubson Zeno 2.
That's right. Live night. Saturday Night Live, baby.
Yeah.
So neither one of you have got to play with this.
Nope, I have not.
I know you haven't, Chad. I'm sorry to jab the wound.
Yeah, I know. It's okay, man.
Poke.
Yeah. But yeah, the video I put out, and I really nailed. My chair stuck. I really nailed Marcus on his getting the firmware version wrong, and his little things about doing his firmware testing and getting everything wrong, like not even knowing what he's testing in the firmware. So apologize to anybody that gets offended with that kind of stuff, but it actually just drives me insane when it's a repeat. Let's keep delivering the wrong information. So on that whole update video that I spent a little bit of time doing that, and maybe it offends some people. I don't know. I only got one negative comment on the whole thing, but I think most people get that whole thing that's going on there. But I will try to cut back on that and cut the guy some slack, because I think everybody knows you just take it with a grain of salt. And he is what he is. He's just out making content to make that retirement check, I guess, and enjoy the hobby the best he can. So with that being said, I want to give Ron Brown, the president of Xeno Nation, I want to give him a shout out, because he found that or was the first to kind of do it on YouTube, where he found that feature. And he's the perfect person to find that on. So in that video, the one thing I said is, make sure, and Chad, if you could pull his link up right now for his channel, please. Okay. If you guys don't subscribe to Ron Brown, I've actually been giving him some shout outs and encouraging people to go and subscribe to his channel, because he is a very good camera person. He's also got that new, he just did, we talked about earlier, he did a review on that new FIMI phone that's a copycat of the DJI Osmo Pocket. But subscribe to his channel. He is actually starting to really grow fast from it. Not from just me mentioning it, but he's been putting out a lot more content now that I think he's fully retired. So you're going to see more Xeno 2 stuff with him. Ron's somebody I actually really respect, and I think he does try to do his homework and give you the right content, and not the frustrating things I was talking about, where I get frustrated with Marcus for giving wrong content. And that's just something with me. It drives me insane with people that do it on a regular basis. So I'm sorry, I can't hold back. I have to call those out, because in the end, they end up coming over to one of our channels and asking, because they can't get an answer. It's always, I don't know. So you want to put out the correct content. So again, I apologize to anybody if I've offended you in any of those videos. Maybe I'll try to be a lot softer and gentler, and not call them out like I did in that last video. But again, based on what I've seen from my comments in that video, only one fairly kind of negative comment, and everybody else just pretty much gets it. So go check out Ron. And did you put it in there, Chad? Okay,
yes, I did.
He did.
Go check out Ron's channel and subscribe to him. Get him growing, and all the extra subscriptions and the growing numbers are what encourages a YouTube creator to just keep on doing it. So Ron's retired, and he's got the time to put out this content, and he puts out decent stuff so far with the Xeno 2, and all his other stuff just beautiful on the beach with the Skydio 2 and Paradenofi and stuff like that. So go check him out. So shout out to him for finding that feature in the first place, is the whole goal there. And us three all agree. Definitely want to have Ron on with us.
Oh yeah.
And get him on here get here on again, huh?
Send him a Facebook message right now, like, hey, Ron.
Nice.
There you go. And have him on here with us, and he can take over the show while he's a guest. No, and the good thing would be just to have him on and let him just be a guest, like not have to focus on the chat, not have to run his little show that he does. Because like we've been helping you out a lot more tonight, Josh, but generally you have been taking the chat, and that pulls you away. That really pulls you away and distracts you. So
Right.
it's a lot nicer when he can just come and be a guest and talk, just talk.
Yeah.
And he's a character, and he's a character.
It sure is. And it is. It's watching the chat is. It seems like it's a pretty easy thing to do, for the most part, but it is difficult because you miss a lot of people, and you really want to try to answer every question you possibly can, and it's difficult. And when you see me looking over here, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at the chat. For anybody that doesn't know, I have another screen over here. So, but anytime I look over here, that's why I'm looking over there, is because I'm looking at the chat and trying to see, what everybody's talking about. And we want to try to involve everybody, because that's what this is all about. This isn't just about us three. This is really about you. It's about you. This is what this is about.
Yes, exactly.
And it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, my whole purpose or my whole goal in doing this is whenever we do actually have a guest, if we get, celebrity guests, as Ron would say, sorry, I'm multitasking here, but get celebrity guests, actually make them a guest, make it about them just as much as we try to make it about the people in the chat, which I have to take care of right now because poor old Billy Blogs is just going crazy with this prop talk on the 501. And let me just go ahead and address it verbally. Stick with your stock props on the 501. Definitely. Switching around props is a good thing for some quads. If you take the original, the Hubsan 109, that big old bird that they had, if you take that, it was an issue to keep those stock props on. That was a big problem. They'd get so many people just coming down would get caught in that prop wash. It would create that prop wash, that vortex, and drop to the ground. The best thing to do with the 109 was to go and get you some the 3DR Solo props. They fit perfect. They were almost the exact same size. They were like a lifesaver for that. And then, of course, Master Air Screw, they made beautiful, brilliant props for that quad. So just sticking to you on your 501 question, don't go for carbon fiber. I've tried out 3 different types of carbon fiber. I've tried out tri-blades. I've tried out folding blades like you have on the Mavic. Stick with your stock. Trust me right now when I say on the Hubsan 501, you can go check out every prop you want. You're going to go back to those stock props every time. Guarantee it. So one thing Hubsan did very, very well with that 501 from the start was the props. They're good props. Don't go and buy all your cheapest finds and aftermarkets, because there are a ton of copies of those props, especially those golden props. They have been some of the worst unbalanced props I have seen come from those golden props buying aftermarket. So Billy Blog, I don't know if you are in my Facebook group. I don't know if you do Facebook, but since you have so much going on with this props and 501 talk, my group would love to see some chat about a 501 versus these damn Xenos. So I just put in the link in the chat there, and click that link and go join my Facebook group. And it's all Hubsan. And if you know how to use group search, you will find a ton of good old classic 501 content in there, since it's been going now for about 4 years. And it used to be pretty much all 501, like it's all Xeno now. So, Jesus, why don't you break out the drums?
Sorry about that. I didn't realize that was that. Was that really that loud?
Was that just the ending to my?
That was my garbage can lid, just for the record.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that was that loud. It didn't sound that loud to me, but then again, I'm actually half deaf. I can't hear very well in my left ear. So,
and right here, sorry, and it's so funny because when I was saying this, I was going to call Renee out because, like I said, Renee's been with me from the beginning in that group, and he and I, big 501 fans from back then. He and I have tried out all these props, and both of us have gone back to stock props each time. So he knows exactly what I'm talking about. And it's funny because I was thinking about him as I made that comment.
I wonder if Renee wants to come in with us.
I'll tell you right now, Renee does not. Renee,
Okay.
Renee, the invite is there for you to come join us if you would like to right now. I see I got to pull Greg in. He's down there. But Renee, am I correct? Good. Am I correct in saying you do not want to come in? Renee's quiet, and
that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
He's
I was
quiet.
Just throwing it out there. That's all.
Hell of a guy, good guy. I mean,
he sure is. I see him on all of our Facebook groups and in the chats all the time and everything like that. So that's just why I thought he might want to come in.
What really kind of brought him and I close together, not just because he was one of the first guys in my group. Both of us lost our fathers around the same time, and so we just always chatted and messaged, and he was actually part of the test group back when Hubson would let me do a private group of testers and didn't send them out to Joe Schmo. They would just send them to me, and I would pick like 5 people, and we'd be in a private room, and they would send them all samples. And Renee was actually one of those for the jet. So
awesome.
He was one of those testers. Did you ever see the video of the guy standing by the truck and the jet comes and hits him? Did you ever see that one? I actually took the video and I did a repeat where it's like a kapoom, kapoom, just repeating it. That was Renee.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, that thing came back so damn fast, and I don't know if it was orientation or what, but it nailed him, and I think you heard like an oh shit or
Is that on your channel, Chris?
It should be on my Facebook group. I don't know what I titled it or anything. Yeah, he said, "Sorry, I'm good."
Yeah, he's good.
But he's. I know Renee. He's
okay.
He's kicked back, relaxed with his brew, his drink, whatever he's got, and he's just enjoying the show. And I'm just happy.
Well, cheers to you, Renee. Cheers to you, buddy.
All right, so I'm gonna mute Greg, and I'm gonna pull him in.
I've never heard his voice before.
Well, there he is. Say something.
I still don't see him.
Yeah, I don't see him either.
It's just a black screen. Oh, there he is.
All right, there you go.
There he is.
Do we have sound?
He's got a delay.
He's
having a heart
choppy.
attack. He's having a heart attack.
He's very choppy.
You're muted, Greg.
Is that gas, Greg?
Oh man, that
would have been perfect if I didn't see his hand.
Awesome.
All right, I'm gonna unmute him. I'll be nice.
Oh,
all right. That was good, dude. That was really good,
Greg. That was great, buddy.
What did you cover? What did you cover the lens?
This is the lens with. This is the sound of my voice. Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you. Now I hear what you sound like.
Okay, good.
What did you cover the lens with when you sprayed that? Ah, okay. I thought you sprayed it with like a sanitizer or something.
I tried that. I tried that. I had a misting bottle, and I thought maybe it would, but I couldn't get the lighting right. So I thought, I'll just draw some smudge on a.
So while he's been waiting, he's been very, very creative.
So I've been, that
was good.
Oh, that's a little sensitive topic right now too. It's got the germ-phobes like.
I don't know. I hope Hugh's still watching.
Oh, he is. He just posted in the chat now. All of a sudden, two times since you've been on.
So what I've decided,
I'm having all kinds of audio issues. Sometimes, for some reason, my Bluetooth ear pods aren't working that well. So I went to the wired deals, and that seems to work because I'm on iOS and Mac and all that stuff. So
there you go.
But cheers, happy Friday.
Yeah, buddy.
Happy Friday.
Cheers to you too, my friend.
Happy Friday. Glass, sorry, I already drank mine.
Oh, Chad, you're empty?
Yeah.
You got another bottle.
Unless you allow me to be excused real quick, I can get a little bit.
Well, you're not a prisoner. You're not a prisoner.
Well, yeah, hold on. I'll be right back.
All right.
100% allowed to be excused for that.
Whenever somebody
Great.
steps away, I always double check to make sure that they mute their mic because of that story I told you about Ron, Josh.
Oh yeah.
Greg, back in the day when I would go on Xeno Nation, I was on there as like my first or second. I only did 2, but I was a guest, and so we're just before or after the show. I can't remember, getting ready to go on air, I think, and Ron's like, I better go to the bathroom. So he goes up and goes in the bathroom. He's got his mic and earpiece in, and all you hear is, remember the scene from The Naked Gun where he goes into the bathroom and he's peeing and you hear the trickle and everything?
Yes.
So since he still had his earbud in, Marcus was being polite and just sitting there like, and I said, hey, Ron, have you ever seen Naked Gun? And then he's like, oh, yeah, I still have my earpiece in. That was hilarious.
Oh, it's so good.
If that could have been on live, like, excuse me, guys, I'll be right back. And then you hear.
That's been happening a lot with Zoom lately with all this stay-at-home stuff. There's people that aren't muting their cameras and standing up and they got no pants on and they're swinging their tool around and grabbing a cup of coffee. And one girl took her phone to the bathroom and set it on the floor in the middle of a big meeting with a company and stuff. Yeah,
oh boy,
it's pretty crazy.
That Zoom has been getting hacked as well. Did you see that?
Oh, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
I have heard that.
Yeah, it's been getting hacked to where like school students and stuff will be. There was one bad one where a school student was actually doing a class with their teacher, because like my daughter's a teacher and she has to do one-on-one with her students like 4 or 5 a day.
Oh wow.
So yeah, somewhere else another teacher was doing this with a student and somebody hacked into it, and all you saw was them holding a piece of paper up because the girl was colored, and they held up a piece of paper with the N-word on it.
Oh,
yeah.
Why?
And a young little girl. Like, it's like, come on.
Why?
Yeah. So that's a big problem, to where people are able to breach the IP address, I guess, and get in. Like, they can scan them and get in and maybe sit there and lurk in the background and watch, and then.
And I think a lot of schools are like banning that now because of that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah. When I heard all this, I was like, we're not even going to be able to use StreamYard because they're looking for something other than Zoom. And I thought, StreamYard's going to get bogged down. But so far, all this social stuff is really held up good. Like, I even thought just because everybody being home in the neighborhood, that internet would be slow, streaming movies or doing this right here would be really laggy, but it's not at all.
I mean, I personally, I stream on my TV. I'm a cord cutter.
Same here. Everything's streamed.
I stream everything. All my gaming too. I use a lot of cloud-based systems for TV, for gaming. For video editing, things like that, and I haven't had any problems, which is great.
And Billy brings up a good point. As you could see, I was hesitant in what I said, and he made the comment is colored, not racist, and I was hesitant in what I said because you really don't know what you can say. Like, you used to be able to say colored, and I guess technically you're not allowed. You can't now. And African American, you can't say that, but the main point is what was done was wrong, and it's just sick. I mean, it's sick. It's like,
yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
I don't think
no
anybody joined in on that laugh. I mean, everybody had to be like shocked when they saw that. I don't. You're not human if you sat there and watched it and laughed at it. But yeah, Billy, thank you for bringing that up. But I don't know. I don't know what I can say on pretty much any nationality anymore.
It's tough. You know,
Yeah.
it's tough. I mean, for anybody, for anywhere. I mean, it
Well,
really
I mean,
is.
it's the same with, you know, the gay community. What are you allowed to say, gay, or, you know, there's so many different things that change. It changes from every couple of years. Oh, nope, you can't say that anymore. Now you got to say this, and now it's all broken down to just, you know, putting in some initials and abbreviated.
Yeah. Greg, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So on Facebook, I see that there's a lot of really good, amazing food that you get to eat.
Yes.
Like a lot of it, and it looks incredible and amazing.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, you know, we've always been. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I cut you off. You didn't ask a question.
No. I mean, you knew where I was going with that for sure, and I mean,
Yeah.
I just part of that question. So part one is that's great, amazing looking food, and I would love to know your recipes. And then part two of that is, do you live out in the woods?
Part time, yeah. I mean, part one is that, yeah, the amazing food thing with Rory and I have always been foodies, and we've been using this time. I mean, we've always posted, you know, food porn, as we call it. You know, when we make a dish or something, we always put it up on Facebook to, you know, show everybody what we're doing and stuff. But we decided during this time, we created a little Facebook I guess personification called Quarantine, and it's spelled QUARANTHYME. And we
I was sitting here looking it up as you were getting ready to say it. I was trying to find it.
And we've been pushing, you know, we've been putting up videos and little tips and stuff about stuff that you can make out of finding in your pantry. And, you know, I did a smoked turkey last week and on the smoker outside, and you know, and we just kind of, you know, we make it fun and educational kind of too, and you know, it's just, you know, a little bit of a hobby of ours. And then the other part about you know, living in the woods, we have a cabin about an hour and a half away from here in a little town called Idlewild, which is in the San Jacinto Peaks in Southern California, which is considered what's called a sky island, they call it. And it's basically just a mountain range that juts up right out in the middle of the desert. And you can go from palms to pines in about 45 minutes, you know. And so we bought that place in about 2008. And it's just a little cabin up in the woods. And that's where you see all that footage, you know, where we did where Rory was catching all the trout up at Lake Hemet, and, you know, my, you know, GPS columns off the back patio of the little cabin, you know, on my YouTube channel and things. So yeah, we try to get up there at least, you know, 2-3 times a month. But now with the quarantine and everything like that, we're just kind of we snuck up last weekend. Don't tell anybody, you know, because we're not supposed to be driving around. But, you know, I mean, if you want to be secluded, just go up there.
You actually put yourself in a better place.
Yes, exactly. So
I mean, Chris, I saw you earlier poking down. I think that's because Chili Boo Revolution came back into the chat.
Yeah.
But Greg, I did want to say one thing about that real quick. I'm gonna fly across the country because I'm in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take your cabin in the woods, buddy.
No, man, you're welcome to come anytime, all of you guys.
I'll pay you whatever you want.
It's just, no, you don't need to. You're welcome to come anytime. But I was looking at your trail cam video, and I thought that was cool. You have a cabin in the woods as well, Josh?
No. Oh, no. I'm in a big residential area.
Oh, so that's your backyard?
Yeah, that's just in the fence in the very far back of the yard that faces.
What was it with the trail cam? Where was that location?
That
was cool.
Yeah, so that's just the very far back of the backyard of my backyard. Actually, I attached both of those to the fence. and it just faces back. You can see all the lights in the background. I don't know if you can see some of those or not, but those are actually the houses of the street next over.
Okay.
You know, next over, close to me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Interesting.
So I mean, we still get a lot of wildlife though that come back through there, and now
I can
specifically with
imagine.
the lockdown now. I mean, all the animals, they're just having a field day out there.
I know. Rory and I were just talking about that. It's like, I wonder what the wildlife thinks about what's going on. You know, because there's nobody out. You know, they probably think, you know, oh, the humans are gone. You know, like Omega Man or something. But
yeah,
the interesting thing about the whole outdoors thing is that I grew up in the East Coast. I grew up in Syracuse, and your guys' neck of the woods looks very familiar to me. And then Chris, I don't know if you remember us talking about this. Rory's family comes from Johnstown. And we actually have property in I don't know if you guys know where Nantiglow is.
Yes,
which is a
that's
a little
that's up towards 80. Correct?
Okay, yeah, I believe so. We haven't seen it yet. We've only seen pictures because her mom gave it to her.
That's
and we haven't been there.
That's high elevation up there, I believe. Like
always
get the snow.
Yeah, we're gonna
he buzzed out.
We lose him.
Chili Boo, check your messages.
I just sent a message in the chat to him. Please come on with us.
Okay.
As well, I mean, we can have up to 6 people on here.
Well, we need to close here soon. We're going on long, but my Chili Boo says my satellite interwebs might give me trouble. I have little to no experience on live streams. Give me a second. So, well, you got to learn. You got to learn. He can do it.
He's got this. He's got this. I know he is.
He's the video king because when we do private message, I think I told you, he mainly responds in, where'd he go? He mainly responds in video chat. So I'll be typing all my replies and he'll do video. But
I remember you telling us that.
I love it because he does it to be more personal, and it is more personal. Yeah, he checked his message. I think he's working on it.
Yeah, I think he saw it.
While he does that, I'm going to run real quick to the gentleman's room, and I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to leave this here.
No mishaps.
He can't even hear us. We can say whatever we want now, Chad.
Yeah. So how many we have left?
We got 35 watching right now, 42 likes, which is awesome. So thank you guys so much, everybody that's stuck with us this long. It's been a long time. We're over 2.5 hours now. I haven't even eaten dinner yet.
Yeah, you see, I got my little snack here.
I saw you come in with some food there, Chad. That's awesome, buddy.
Just a little piece of salmon. That's about it.
Nice. Yeah. It is Good Friday.
For
everybody that celebrates that, you know.
Yep. Yeah. My wife is Catholic. I'm not.
Yeah.
I will probably be eating steak right now, but
yeah, I'm not Catholic either. I'm Lutheran.
Okay.
Which is very close. Sorry. Very, very close. My fiance Megan, she's Catholic. But she doesn't she doesn't celebrate it as much, I guess, per se.
Okay. How old are you, Josh?
So I'm 32.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
I'm 32, so I'm pretty old. And I saw a mention in there earlier before. I think it might have been from Billy Blogs, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the chat, that said that I didn't have any grays in my beard. I do. You just can't see him. You just can't see him on this camera. I do. Trust me. I mean,
there's a couple.
There's some. Oh, thanks, Chad.
A couple strands.
Chad, you're not supposed to say that, buddy. You're supposed to say, "Oh, Josh, you got no grays at all, buddy."
Would
I
you
have a
point
huge-
them out?
I do have a huge receding hairline.
I
And,
brought my guest with me.
oh, come
Oh,
on.
nice.
Don't bring it. Oh, the puppy.
That's my Sadie girl.
Oh,
She's my
such a
girl.
good
She's my girl.
puppy.
She's old. She's got the raccoon eyes now.
Oh, she's such a sweetie, though.
Little stubby legs, little wiener dog.
Oh, she's a sweetie. I love puppies.
Appearance.
Oh, man.
She's a stuck-up little princess, is what she is.
I know how you feel, buddy.
She's a character, though. She's been a great dog.
That's the
Nice.
way Grace is, and she was just laying down here. But
Okay, so
not
we
anymore.
have Chili Boo, and I'm going to pull him in. How
Chili
many people
Boo.
we have left with us? Because
32.
these 32 people are in for a treat. He is a
34 now.
I have fallen in love with this guy on YouTube. Just love watching his content. Free spirit. Just looks like he enjoys every day doing what he does, kind of on a homestead type life, I believe. But let's bring him on in here. And
Let's do
this is definitely a YouTube channel you want to subscribe to. And we met him through doing the Mavic Mini giveaway. And there he is, the man, the legend.
Chili Boo. How are you, buddy?
Hey, how y'all doing out there?
We can hear you.
Good, how are you?
Sorry. My wife and I just slid in late. We were out socializing under the auspices of anti-social distancing because we have a loophole. My wife is part of essential personnel, as is my best friend, and they actually work together. Once they interact with one another,
Oh, nice.
their spouses can also interact with one another.
So there's
visiting
loophole.
those folks.
Wow.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
I was wrong. I was
Cheers.
wrong. I told
Cheers,
Josh.
buddy.
I said I
Yeah.
told Josh we were talking about you, buddy, and I said
We were.
I guarantee you he does not drink. He just smokes. But nope, I was wrong. He's got it all.
Boy. Chili Boo, I apologize. What is your name? If you don't mind telling me. Or
Buddha.
everybody. What's that?
My real name?
Just your
My
first
real
name. Is that okay?
Just your first name.
Oh, my actual name. I'll write it down in. If I write it in the chat here, can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it Buddha?
That is correct.
Oh,
thought it
okay,
was.
Buddha. Okay.
Okay.
Damn, Josh. I'm rolling on the names tonight.
Man, you're good, Chris. You're real good.
Yeah. Well, just from messaging with him, he put
You
his
actually
name
see
in there
that
one
chat,
time.
or is that in the other chat.
No, that you probably put
I
it in
don't
my.
see it.
I think you put it in my private message. Yeah, you.
Oh, wait a minute. I just got a message.
Nope, not me. But
Nope,
anyhow, what we wanted to do was
the host.
close out the video or the live chat, the live show with you. And glad we finally got you on here. I'm not going to close it out right now, but just letting you know. And also, just as you already know, I'm subscribed to your channel. I enjoy your stuff. I loved when you took your test and you passed your test. That was. I've shared that video with my whole family.
Nice.
I loved it.
That's awesome.
But just the videos of
That was a good
just
time. That was a good
just the
time. I
videos
appreciate
of
your
hey, this
support.
is what
It's nice to interact with.
the delay makes it hard.
It
But
does. It does.
Just the videos where he goes out and just is walking, holding the cam, and he's walking and
That's awesome.
showing the chickens and the hogs and the pack and everything, and just it doesn't have to be about anything. It's interesting. It's just very interesting. And his vocabulary, I find myself saying peruse a lot.
He's definitely part of the beard group we got going on, but I think he might be the king.
Yeah, he's definitely got the beard. Yeah, he's got that. He's got you beat. And I am surprised. I am surprised. He said his age in one of his videos. I was actually, he does not look his age at all. He looks younger.
I don't know what his age is.
I don't want to throw it out there in case he doesn't want me to throw it out there, but he already put it in one of his. He already put it in one of his videos. I think I'm gonna. He was closer around about 60. Is that correct?
No. No, he's not.
Then I messed up on that one. What's the actual?
Close but no cigar.
Close but no cigar in the chat.
50.
53.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. But still,
I still don't see that either.
But I'm 50 and I think I look older than he does.
I still don't see 53. Don't see it.
All right, now you look old.
I just don't see it, man. I don't see it.
I'm number one from Chili Boo. I'm number one. Yeah. So the lag. Do you go off of a satellite? Is yours all off of a satellite?
Yes, we do. He says.
Okay.
Okay.
And I just have one other question. Are you on, like, I know you're a farm, you raise all your own food and everything, but are you a homesteader? Do you go out and work anywhere? I know you mentioned. This is like having Greg on here.
I'm a small homesteading farmer, class 1 CDL, both my wife and I. She's a grader operator.
Okay. All right. Little inside intel
Love
there.
some Greg.
Love me some Greg. Oh, I love it.
I think everybody loves Greg.
You can't not love Greg. I mean, he's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, kind of steered off track on a few things here, so I'm not going to, we really don't have the time to get into them. I did want to get into a little bit of the FEMI X8 SE 2020, but we're going to skip on that and maybe save that for, I think there's still time for that for sure. And we also wanted to, Chad, you wanted to mention Gig Harbor. We missed that.
Oh yeah. Gig Harbor also put a video out on the SLN Raw. He actually took some video and compared it to the normal feature. If you guys, I can put a link to it in the chat. If you guys want to check that out, I'll go ahead and do that. So yeah, that's all I have to mention on that.
And can I mention something too? So there is someone that I found that I think is a little underrated, at least in my opinion. And he's Matt Kinney on YouTube. Matt MATT Kinney KINNEY. And he's posted a lot of really nice videos.
He has a Xeno 2, doesn't he?
I'm sorry?
He has a Xeno 2, right?
I don't, not that I saw in his videos. No.
I'm thinking of somebody else. It's another Matt.
He has the Mavic Mini. And he also has the, what is it? The Mavic Platinum. This is the Mavic. Is it just the regular Mavic Platinum? I don't know anything about other than the Mavic 2.
Mavic Pro Platinum.
Okay, gotcha. And he's been posting a lot of videos, and I've recently found out that he actually has a channel with a lot of videos on it. And so I highly recommend you go and check those out. There's one video that I watched like seriously probably about 5 times over. It was just so good in terms of the video, the content. He lives a little, off. He lives a little out of town per se. I don't know exactly where he's from, but he lives a little out of town, and then he actually flies. I believe it's the Mavic Platinum into town and then back, and just the music he puts on is just really, really nice. So I just wanted to throw that out there again. His name's Matt Kinney, so check him out on YouTube. Really fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, I'll look him up. And also, while we have Mr. Chili Boo Revolution in the house, once again, I'm gonna put his link in. And once again, I say go to his channel and subscribe. Go watch his little story he's got going on right now. It's a little painful wound I'm going to take a jab at is his Autel issue. So I think you really haven't put a whole bunch of that onto your channel, correct? I think you shared more with me privately than you have on your channel, but I think it's a good story to come. Yeah, it's a secret. Oops. But it's a good story to come. And definitely if you didn't plan on sharing it after your customer service experience is all done, that would be good to see, because I enjoyed watching just a little bit. I got to see. And we still really did not see that chicken fly there, buddy. Your wife fell down when you threw the chicken. Did you see that, Chad? The flying chicken?
No.
You need to watch that one. His whole thing in his entry video was a flying chicken with twine and a sports cam.
Oh.
So he did a video to make the chicken fly with the sports cam, and his wife was videoing. And right when he launched the bird, his wife fell down, and that was the end of the video.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I was here.
It kind of had a Blair Witch ending to it, where it ends with the camera laying on the floor. That's it kind of ended that way.
I was listening, or I was watching during the live stream, but because you did play it on the live stream, right?
Not that
the
one.
entry?
No, I did his entry I did, but not the chicken.
Okay.
And he did make a good note. It was a stunt chicken, and no chickens or people were hurt. His wife acted the fall, and he threw a fake stunt chicken up in the air. And then they had chicken for dinner that night.
Oh my gosh.
And it was
tasty.
Fresh.
Yes, it was tasty.
All right, so we're just going to wait for Josh to get back in. Here he comes. And I think we'll just close on out, guys, because as usual, we have gone long, and this is actually our longest, almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it goes. It doesn't seem
like 3 hours.
I don't know where it goes.
Yeah. I guess it goes fast while you drink it.
Maybe the secret's in the sauce. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Sure is.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to start out and just pass it on to you guys. I'm just going to start out and say, thank you everybody for joining us. I know we don't really talk about a whole lot, but it seems like you guys stick around and there's good interaction in chat. Really appreciate that. We're going to continue doing this. Hopefully we'll give you more platform, more subject to stick to. Bye, Brian at PDR Drones. I just saw that. And but really appreciate how long you guys actually hang on and stay with us. I think we dropped off a little bit more tonight than normal. We got 24. Yeah. But on average, we've been holding about at least 40 minimum.
For 3 hours, that's or 2.5 hours, whatever. That's good.
Yeah,
that's real good.
So that's awesome. Thank you guys all very much. We enjoy doing this, and not talking about a whole lot, but I like the interaction with the chat and just pulling people in like we've done tonight. We had a lot of great little surprise guests just pop in with us. We had Brian last week and some others, and hopefully we'll grab some more in the future, some little surprises, and that's about it. So thanks for the support in doing this, and also the other thing we're kind of still doing is building on this live is not just make it my channel. So what we're going to do is, sometimes it'll be at Josh on Josh's channel at Parks and Tech, and sometimes it'll be on Chad Beats. Whoever wants to create their topic, maybe we'll put Chad in the hot seat next and make it his live show.
All right.
But
party at my house next time. Party at my house. So.
Ooh, let's do it.
All right, Chili Boo. You in, Chili Boo?
Oh, Chili Boo's in.
And then by doing this, and if we have Chili Boo on in the future, this all we're doing is helping his typing skills. He's got to type every comment, and that would frustrate the hell out of me. But I'm glad he's willing to do it because I like having him on.
Oh,
I mean, it seems like though his video's been moving pretty good.
Yeah, you can talk. We can hear you, but it's just a little delay.
I think it's a delay,
and that's okay if it's a delay. I mean, that's all right.
We'll wait. We can wait a couple.
We can wait for that.
Lag on this end for hearing you guys and trying to have a conversation. That is frustrating as a motherfucker.
Understandable.
Okay, well then let's do this. We're going to go to you next, and we'll let you just give your closeout. Because you always have a nice little thing to say as far as blessings of the day and things like that. So just and like I mentioned, I love your vocabulary. So thank you for visiting us, and we'll let you just close out, and then you can make your exit, and then we'll close the show out.
Right on, guys. Well, as always, we humbly implore you to take care of yourselves and one another at the best of times and the worst of times, eh? Give thanks for the gift that is each day, because it truly is a gift. There is no guarantee of tomorrow. I do appreciate you having me on this forum. I look forward to interacting with you all again. Take care of yourselves. Bless up from the Skål.
Bless out. Thanks for being on. Thanks for being on with us, buddy. And
thank you.
Keep in touch.
Thanks.
Very nice to meet you, buddy.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, and that right there was just all up in his head. Like you put me on the spot.
That was awesome.
You put me on the spot like that, I'd be like, but no.
Oh, I would too.
And that's
like I'm going too soon.
That's why I like his videos where he's just walking around with his camera, holding his camera up and talking, and his vocabulary and his interaction and everything. I'm just grasping, and I'm just grasped, and I watched the whole video. I never ever hit that 10-second jump fast forward. I watch every bit of the video, and it's not gonna be a long drawn out video like we're doing right now.
Chris, I really thought you were gonna say like Josh's videos. It's just long and drawn out.
Dude, if you could see my videos before I cut them, they're ridiculous.
I still cut them, and they're still long.
I'm getting better. Billy says, well, I can't pull it up because he dropped the F-bomb, but he says he's eloquent.
Yeah, I saw
that's a good word there. That's definitely a good word there. I love the guy. I mean, he was during that contest. He's the first one I jumped on to subscribe to. I mean, as soon as I saw him, and that was my original, very first pick and subscriber out of that whole contest.
He's a good dude.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He'd be one to go have a blast and hang out with.
Yeah, he would.
We need to get an RV and do a little travel around and just go. Here we are, out in your front yard.
What part of the world? What part of the world is he from? Do you know?
Jelly Boo, if you're still in here, type it. It's Canada.
Yeah,
it's Canada.
It's Canada, but the way he says it, I can't always catch it perfectly. But it sounds kind of like he's saying Chicolte or something like that. Chicolte. Chilcolton. So I was close.
Interior BC Chilcotin. Yeah. Well, I probably pronounced that terribly, so I apologize.
Chilcolton. Yeah. So I was close. But I had
Chilcotin. There we go. Bingo.
But I had to
Nice.
replay it a few times in one of his videos to try to catch it. Like his actually it was his entry video into the giveaway, and because I wanted to know where everybody was from that was entered, but I never ever got it until now. So, all right. So I've said mine. I'll just quickly say it again, everybody. Thank you very much for coming and watching us live. And same old message as far as this COVID-19. I'll just make it a little different this time. Some of you are suffering a lot more than others as to your restrictions and being quarantined, losing your jobs and things like that. All I can say is, my heart goes out to you. Prayers to you, your families, your friends, loved ones. And we'll get through this. And this will be something hopefully soon that we can just talk about in the past and get back to our lives. But always just keep in mind those that it's really affecting. And, prayers out to all those types of people. So, losing their jobs and people that have actually been infected and people who have died from this. And I don't care about the flu numbers versus the COVID numbers. Either one is serious. So that's all I have to say on that. And we'll go on to eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You all pick.
Josh, you first.
All right.
There you go.
That's fine. So honestly, I mean, I don't think I could have said it much better than Chris. I mean, thank you guys all for being here. And, there was a ton of interaction in the chat. So thank you guys very much for that. This was a lot of fun. This always is a lot of fun. And, we have a great time doing this. And as long as you guys keep coming in and having questions and people that randomly pop into the chat, that's great. That's awesome. Keep it coming. So we'll keep on doing this. And, to everybody out there that is having a difficult time, please, my prayers are with you for sure. You guys are all great. To all the frontline workers, seriously, I'm sure we have a couple of those in here tonight. To all the frontline workers, thank you so much, for real. Anytime I go out to a store or anything like that, I thank anybody that is working there, because they really are the front lines. They're there. They're dealing with everybody that's out there that's coming in to try to get something, to get their food, to get everything that they need. To everybody that works at the beer distributor that I go to, thank you very, very much. Seriously. I mean, seriously,
Chad. That's
thank you guys.
Thank you, everybody at Bacardi.
But
anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, Joe.
It's okay. You're good. No, I know that's funny, but thank you guys for real, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being there, and thank you for for showing up to work, and thank you for being out there and doing what you do, because it's very much appreciated, because I'm one of the ones that is here at home, and I'm not out there with a bunch of people out there, and I can be here with my family, and I can be here with my pets to be able to live. So I really appreciate that, and thank you guys all again for your support. It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Nice.
Chad, it's on to you, buddy.
I'm on the spot. Okay. Well, I'm not a guy of many words, but anyway, I thank you. Thank you to everybody for coming out tonight and being with us. It's definitely a joy to actually be amongst people and chatting with people and everything. So, after being locked up in the house all the time, I work from home. I haven't really been out too much. Actually, not too much at all. So thanks for coming out. I just want everybody to be safe. Just, try to stay home as much as you can. I know a lot of, Josh mentioned it, Chris mentioned it, a lot of people out there are essential and have to go to work and have to do, certain things. So just try to stay away from crowds. Try to stay away from, people, so we can get through this this challenging time right now. So I just want to end off just saying, please, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to everyone's channel here. Also, like Chris said, yes, like Chris said, the next live stream will most likely be on my channel. So go ahead and make sure you hit that notification bell also when you do subscribe, so the next time we post our videos or next time we go live. So we're going to try to do this. We're going to try to keep this up as much as we can. And we like to see as many people there as we can, especially during this quarantine that that we're going through. We like to see a lot of people stay home. So thank you very much. And I guess I'll see you guys on the next video or the next live.
All righty. And somebody made a good comment in there. I'm going to end with that comment, and we'll thank the great, the one and only, the famous J Turd.
Oh,
for what he's created. Think about it.
Yeah.
That's true.
We found Chili Buddha because of the J Turd, and it actually started this whole live thing here because we did that live giveaway, and that led to meeting somebody like the Chris Cavanis and his daughter, who has cystic fibrosis. And my next giveaway is going to be a raffle for a brand new Xeno 2, sealed, still in the box, from a wonderful person in Germany who's been waiting all this time to get his Xeno 2. It arrived. That giveaway inspired him because of the mention of Chris Cavanis, and he decided, you know what, I don't even need this Xeno 2. Didn't open it. He instantly put my address label on it, shipped it to me. It's on its way here from Germany right now. And we're going to do a raffle for it and raise money for the foundation, that the fundraiser that Chris Cavanis has set up for his daughter. So who would have thought all these things of the J Turd would have kind of developed into all this? But my whole insight to that, and my part of that is you go, and especially me, somebody that does a lot of name calling people out on their channels and picking out little things like I've been doing lately with Marcus and Bill. But I do good things sometimes, and good things come of that. So we took the Jay Bird thing and we took a wrong and we made it a right. And when you go and do things like that, good things happen in line. Pay it forward. It just keeps going. So all of this, thank you, Jay Turd, you little shit.
Cheers, buddy. I can't even drink. I'm laughing.
Oh my god!
Sorry, that was good.
So I think that's a good closing. Okay. And on that, I'm just gonna say,
first time you'll see this empty.
I'm just gonna say peace and thank you, and we'll do this again soon, everybody, and see you then.
All right.
See you guys.
See you.